Yeah.
We're live? Cool.
Nice, man. Well, thank you to everybody that's tuning in and all the people
We're
that are
early
trickling
today.
in. We are.
That never happens.
We're always running around.
Well, you're with a reliable realtor.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So
We actually have been here since 8 o'clock this morning practicing everything that Jaime wants me to say.
yeah, right.
Did you write the script for me?
Yeah.
What do I say? What do I say?
Did I mention I'm interviewing you?
Okay, this Jaime, yes, he is amazing. Best realtor ever. Yeah.
Check.
Keep checking them.
Yeah, I'll just go through the list. All right, so we are on our number 9th, right?
10.
Are we on 10 already?
10 weeks of this already.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a lot of time.
10 weeks.
What
of it.
am I ever going to get paid for this?
Oh, you're not.
The
The last time we went out, you said you were paying with a podcast check.
end goal is to end up somewhere in the Bahamas recording one of these.
Yeah, recording builders.
How do y'all build this over here?
That's cool.
All right.
Oh, man.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, man. We're here with Jaime Gonzalez and Ariel from Carolina Homes.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. It's a pleasure to have both of y'all on the podcast. The man of the hour is Jaime Gonzalez.
Yep.
The podcast is based on his how he got started and where we're at with the Gonzalez team. But to the left of me, Mr. Carolina Homes, I think gave you the first break, right?
Yeah.
Or access to builders.
Right.
So that's why he's in town.
Yeah. So
today.
Back in 2019, November 2019, I started my real estate career. Way before that, I was in the medical industry, and we'll talk about that.
And I remember you from that time,
Yeah.
and it's a small world that I had no idea. That's cool, man.
So, coming into this industry, I knew that we had to do things different.
Yeah.
We had to focus on, expanding, and we had to focus on changing how real estate was being handled, here in South Texas.
Because normally, right, realtors, I guess in the past, they've always had a relationship with builders, but there was a
little stigma.
Not all of them work together.
Right.
But I think that Jaime has like blown that out of the water.
I think that people now more than ever look for realtors. Do us a favor and give that number 10. 10th time.
How many times are we gonna flip that? That's the ultimate question. It's an hour.
Oh, okay.
Our longest podcast has been 3 hours.
3 hours and 40.
And 3 hours and 40.
3 hours and 40. We always went 4. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's try to keep it to a minimum.
No, but back to the topic. Yeah, definitely build a bridge.
Right.
In a sense.
Right. So when I started real estate, it was all about, okay, so what am I going to, what am I selling?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I started the real estate career knowing a little bit about real estate. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. However, getting and putting myself in at 100%, coming from a lifestyle of a W-2, six-figure income, doing phenomenal.
8 to 5.
Bank.
Clock in, clock out.
Right.
Bank hours.
Getting paid regardless of how production was.
Sure.
Right.
Move into a 1099 and get it done.
Yeah.
So, I literally left one position after 18 years of being in the medical industry.
18 years.
18 years.
How was that to let it go? Was it just like a leap of faith type of thing?
It
what?
Was.
Okay.
It was time. It was one of those things that, okay, am I going to continue doing this? And, just...
Meanwhile, you're doing well, right?
Right.
You're making good money.
Right. So,
why the need to change? Yeah.
Well,
How did Lana feel about it?
Actually, she was the first one. She was my biggest cheerleader.
Really?
Yeah, she was. She was the first one.
Cheers out to her, man.
Yeah, she was the first one to say, whatever you do in life, whatever you do in business, you're going to succeed.
Yeah.
So, I've always had a passion for real estate,
Sure.
because in real estate, everybody's going to always buy, sell, or invest.
It is the safest bet in the history of the world.
Right. So, I literally left a career of, getting paid as a W-2 at a 6-figure income, living a lifestyle that, traveled the world, all over, to, oh shit,
You're on your own.
I'm on my own.
You're on your own.
I'm literally sitting. I left my lavish office. Hey, kid you not, half the size of this, to a cubicle
Yeah.
off
Shit.
Ware Road at Keller Williams.
What the hell are you thinking?
Dude, kid you not.
Yeah.
And it was 11:30 when I just, everything was, I just literally went to just, pick up some stuff and get out, to grab a quick bite and go into the Keller Williams office off of Ware Road
Yeah.
and sit in a cubicle that was this big
Yeah.
with a laptop. And at that point I go into a, mode of, okay, this
What
is,
am I? Yeah.
this is real.
Let's get to work.
Let's get to work. So, not knowing what the real estate world was going to entail, I was like, okay, so what am I going to be listing?
Yeah. Everything just comes to me, right?
Yeah.
You gotta find
I don't
your
have
own
to do anything,
listing.
right?
So what do I have to list?
Right.
Well, what do you have to list? No, this is you bring your listings and you bring your buyers.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing that most people don't understand. That
Right.
that nobody gives you stuff. You gotta
No.
find them yourself, especially as an agent.
Being a
Right.
realtor is not easy, bro.
No.
Man, I've seen how hard you work.
Right.
And man, it's you got to put in the time.
So, I had already had the conversations. I had already, tried to implement the system to what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. I had created websites. I had done everything in my possession. I had obviously prepared. I had saved. I had a huge savings. And it was all about, I can go a year. I can't go past 2 years without generating income.
Were you already planned to become a realtor?
Right.
How long in advance before you took the leap?
Probably, I want to say a good 11 months.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I knew that I wanted, this was where I was headed.
Gotcha.
So going into that cubicle, I already knew I was going to leave that
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Who pushed you towards Keller Williams? How did that happen?
Interviewing brokers.
Yeah.
I either said I was going to go with a broker that was going to be a mom and pop shop, a local broker, always trying to support local businesses.
Of
right?
course.
So I said, let me interview with some local brokerages, and at the same time interview with, worldwide, nationwide
bigger
brokers. So,
What is this? Is this our first surprise of the day?
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Is that apple juice?
yeah, I doubt it.
Take one, pass it down.
So,
There you go.
There you go. Oh,
thank you.
that would have been terrible.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. This is gonna turn into a tequila tasting podcast. Wow, that is amazing.
Oh.
Very smooth.
Oh my goodness, super good.
Weird.
Yes.
Cool.
La puede servir.
So
then,
so
back
you
to
went
your
with-
question,
Yes, sir.
I did start interviewing.
Okay.
Prior to go sitting in that cubicle, I had, it's not like, oh, you're leaving there and you're gonna go sit there. No, I had, I had done my due diligence.
Right.
Because I knew this was gonna be forever. This is my retirement career. And coming into this was obviously preparing with websites and branding. It was all for me. It's all about the branding. And so I interviewed with several brokerages, and it went well. And then, it was one of those things where I decided to, either go big or go home. Because if I go with a local brokerage, this local brokerage, I'm kind of invading their privacy because they own it. And at this point, what does everyone want to do? Own their own business.
Sure.
So coming into a brokerage that was local could have been great, or, or it could have been a complete disaster.
Do you think it matters on the brokerage more than it does on just a particular person?
That's a great question. Yeah,
That's a good question.
Do you think it matters on the
brokerage?
Success of an individual realtor, does it matter on the brokerage?
Absolutely.
You think so?
It does.
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
You did it.
No, yeah.
You
I
did
mean,
the exact same thing.
Explain,
I'm a realtor
because
too, and we work for we have different brokerages.
Yeah,
Right, but
Looking
we-
at Jaime and knowing Jaime, like I know Jaime would have been successful anywhere.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know, because you've met many realtors and you meet many people in the industry, and you know who's a hustler and a go-getter. You could see it.
Yeah.
You know, the people that are moving, they're actually going out there and making things happen. That's why I wanted to ask you and see your perspective, because my perspective on it is like your broker does mean a lot.
Right.
And in a sense, like my particular broker, Nick Cantu, he's always like on top of us, like, hey, like look at this new stuff in the market. Hey, like start reading this.
By the way, is Nick Cantu part of STBA?
He's not.
We need to get him in, Nick.
You need to get
Shout
in, Nick.
out, man.
Come
Shout
on,
out.
man. Come on.
No hi, baby.
Your boy's here. We're doing big things. But yeah. Do you particularly believe? Who was your broker? Who was your broker? Who was your guide? Because now you're your own boss, right? You're your own
Right.
broker.
I'm powered by.
Okay.
So I'm powered by Keller Williams.
Okay.
So I'm still, a branch of Keller Williams.
Okay.
And I've been part of Keller Williams since I started. I branched out probably 13 months into the business.
Nice.
To form your own team, right?
To form my own team.
Yeah, in Keller Williams.
And you have to get, permission for all those things. You
Sure.
can't.
Yes.
I can't put a sign up, and you have to follow guidelines and stuff like that.
Oh, I've
So-
been charged so many times. For
Yeah.
In the beginning, you don't know when you're in the
Right.
beginning.
Right.
Even just to put a Facebook post or
Yeah.
something, it's like, hey, you're getting charged $50. What? For what? What do you mean I'm getting charged $50? I'm trying to make money, and now I'm losing money. Like,
What do you mean you get charged $50 to put a post?
You can't, like a realtor can't, you can't let's say you take a picture of a house that you have and it's your listing. You can't take a picture of a house and put it on the MLS with your sign on it.
Right.
Can't
That's
do that.
completely.
It can't have your
We
sign.
were having a conversation the other day.
Yeah,
and-
yesterday.
and we were
Uh-huh.
looking at a listing, and I'm like, that's illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
GMAR has not seen that, because if they do see
And they're
that,
really
Yeah.
good.
they're gonna find you for that.
They're
Yeah.
good at it. They're good at it. Like, and when you're starting, you don't know
They're
those
innocent
little
mistakes.
things.
They're
Yeah,
innocent mistakes.
Sure. No, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with
The-
it, but
the-
obviously
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the way they see it is, you have other realtors that can potentially market that particular house.
Yeah.
So if they're marketing that house with your picture on it, it kind of takes from
they're
them.
marketing your company. I get it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's they have some rules. Definitely have some rules.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to the reason I chose the brokerage that I chose was because I was either going to go big or go small.
Mm-hmm.
I chose a brokerage that was going to be able to, have my back, tremendously, which I, no doubt, they have my back,
Mm-hmm.
nationwide.
Sure.
So I think that's
It's a big outfit. Keller Williams is the largest. Is that correct?
Yeah,
The largest in the nation.
So I do a lot of lead generating
Mm-hmm.
with top producers across the nation. So we do a lot of referrals based off of that.
Sure.
So I get a lot of calls. They know my numbers. I know their numbers. I know exactly who I'm calling.
Somebody's moving down from
Right,
California.
Absolutely.
I got a connection for
Right.
you. Yeah.
And the same thing applies for me when my family, my friends, my investors want to move to California, want to invest either even in Fredericksburg. I just called the biggest Keller Williams brokerage there, to refer out a client.
Right.
And what do you do when you do a referral? You sign a referral form and you get paid.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Without doing
Yeah.
much. But
So signing up with Keller Williams essentially gave you access to the entire
right,
country.
and at the very beginning, it was one of those things.
And
that,
now Mexico too, right?
Right.
From what
Right.
That's gonna be
Yes.
huge.
That's
gonna be
huge, yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So
For
yeah.
people that don't know, can we catch them up on that? What's going on with that whole real estate internationally?
Yeah. So I personally don't know. I would love to know.
I'm not very, very informed, but I did speak to
Yeah.
the GMAR president, and he was mentioning to me that we are now partnering up with South America,
That's awesome.
with Mexico.
I
That is
was
so good.
wondering. I heard the same thing, but I don't know enough to talk on the topic. All I know is that I was personally wondering and thinking to myself, I wonder if we're going to get access to like MLS and stuff
Yes.
out there. Is that what it's
Yeah,
going to be?
that's what it's gonna be.
Wonderful.
That's going to be
That's what it's
awesome.
gonna
Right, because a couple of years ago, I told Jaime, I've got some clients who have property in Mexico and they have to sell it. Can you get it? Can you do it?
You
right?
broker it, yeah.
Yeah, but there was a couple of years ago, so I was it's kind of tough.
Right.
So is that what it is about now?
Right.
It's now you
and
can.
even it's always been to where, and for me, I'll speak for myself, because being with Keller Williams, we have Keller Williams Polanco, Keller Williams Monterrey, Keller Williams Reynosa. Okay. So I'm able to, Keller Williams, Monterrey, I send a referral, I'm going to get paid regardless, because at that point it's broker to broker, that, is going to compensate us. It's going to compensate each other, and then they do our split. But before it was, you need to be careful, because you send a lead and then
You don't know.
if they're going to send over payment or not, and that's why, again, being with Keller Williams has been a complete success for me, because I come from a medical background, and coming from a medical background, it's all about compliance. So for me, being in this industry, being with Keller Williams was more than anything the compliance.
You're compliant. They're going to keep you compliant.
Yeah. So
you can't mess up.
At first, it was one of those things that, and I say this time and time again, our compliance officer was always shooting every contract I was submitting, because it has to go through compliance,
right? Not
only for the listing, but also for the buyers, right? And it was always being shoot back. Oh, you forgot to check this, like, dude, like, are you serious? Like, are you hating on me?
Yeah.
Because
why are you picking on me?
Yeah. Come on. Really? Now it's like, fuck, send it as many times as you need to. Because 10 years from today, 20 years from today, you knock on my door because something was not on compliant, or something was not the way it was supposed to have been handled. Hey, Keller Williams, they accepted this offer. So you're protected as my builder.
Yeah.
You're protected as my builder, because in the end, Keller Williams approved that contract.
You mitigate your exposure, right, as an individual, which is great.
So yes, my brokerage license is, hopefully coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see myself opening up the Jaime Lee Gonzalez Realtor team, powered by Jaime Gonzalez, period? No powered by Keller Williams?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not running to do that, because I'm still going to... Keller Williams does not make money off of
It's
me.
not a goal yet for you. Yeah.
Keller Williams does not make money off of me. Keller Williams gets paid. I meet my cap within 25 days, and I'm 11 months out of the year 100% commission.
Yeah.
So why am I rushing into opening up my own when I'm going to have what I pay them?
You're protected.
I'm protected.
You don't have to worry about anything. You have a whole staff behind you.
I'm networking.
Yeah.
I do all these family reunion events and stuff like that. So
International deals.
Right.
National deals.
Right.
So you're better off where you're at.
For now.
For now. That's cool.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, so we got Ariel here, and Ariel owns Carolina Homes, and may I say, if you haven't been to Carolina Home, I have been, and man, the level of quality and the level of finish is
tier.
I was impressed.
Yep,
Well,
tier.
Thank you.
I was so impressed, man. It was a beautiful sight to see. Everything was perfect and cocked. Even the top of the trim, the bottom of the trim, everything was perfect. How long you been building?
Well, I've been building this is my 17th year building.
Okay, well, you've been doing it a while.
2006.
When you saw it on YouTube? I saw it on HGTV.
You follow the SCBA
2006
podcast.
YouTube.
That's funny.
MySpace, that's what it was.
Yeah, I saw it on MySpace. I saw a video on MySpace. No,
Yes.
that's cool, man. You put out an amazing product.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, and it's thanks to my workers, to my employees,
Of course.
to my full-time employees. I think that's one of the biggest secrets for anybody who's coming into construction. You have to have workers who really care for your business, not just an 8 to 5 worker. If you can find a worker, pay him good,
Yeah.
and he'll take care of you. He'll take care of the company.
Yeah.
And that's shout out to Alex,
To all the employees
Jose,
out there.
Liz, my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to care, but I'm guessing as in any business, right? In the restaurant here,
Absolutely.
with Jaime Lee también, they've got to care for the company. Therefore, the product it's going to be detailed. It's going to be nice.
Yep.
I've gone on vacation on a weekend, and my workers call me on a Saturday, Sunday. Hey, I was just passing by the house, making sure everything was good, without needing to.
Yeah, that's great.
That is awesome.
They care.
That is and I love these guys.
That matters.
Yeah,
man.
they mean a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Nobody can do it by themselves. Even Jaime Gonzalez, right?
Right.
Your name's on it, but it's the team.
Right.
Right.
So back to Ariel and I.
Yeah. So Ariel,
Yeah. So
Reaches out to you.
I have a buyer. No, actually, I have a buyer, and I go and show his product. And I had been touring this particular client, and we toured several properties, and I saw the attention to detail that he was putting into his craftsmanship and his building and homes, and he right. I don't think it had been 10 minutes leaving that house. He was calling. So did your buyer want the house? Are you going to buy it? Are you going to send an offer?
that actually sounds like.
And I'm like,
Send it now.
like this guy,
I will accept it right now.
I'm like, sir,
Send it.
I don't know who you are, but maybe,
You're gonna have to tone it down a notch, sir.
yeah,
You're a little
sir.
too excited about this
This
sale.
was 2019, right?
Yeah.
2019.
Are you gonna call me every time I show your house like this?
And then we create that relationship that I was like, I kind of like that. He's
He
pretty
cares,
much like
yeah.
he cares. He's pretty much like me.
Yeah.
So one thing led to another. We put this house under contract, and then we close, and at that closing table, I have a conversation with him.
So
and
that deal went through.
yes,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So
All
that
right.
deal
Sure did.
that deal
Yep.
goes through, and then I said, does a realtor represent your realtors? What realtors? We don't need realtors. Did I need a realtor for you to come sell my house? No. Oh shit. Okay, this guy. He's never gonna. Give
I
me
liked him, and I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
I had you up here.
Yeah.
Your fault.
Yeah, but you're still paying me. Sorry, like I said, and it's not you; it's title company that's paying me this check, right?
I don't even need to wait for
Yeah.
your check.
So in the end, I was like, I kind of like that, like his demeanor, his way of being as a builder.
Yeah.
He takes pride in what he does and stuff. So, I had a conversation. I said, Ariel, would you mind giving me the opportunity of listing one of your homes? Just one.
Yeah.
I would like to show you what I can do as an agent and how I can bring value.
This is what year is this?
2020. Because I started
No, no, no.
2019. Go ahead.
COVID 2020, 2019? Could have been late 2019, maybe?
Well, it was 2019
or
when
early
we
2020. Early 2020, maybe.
early
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, because
Okay.
COVID still wasn't.
Right.
It was barely getting
Yeah.
started.
Mm-hmm. So, he's like, why am I going to pay you, to sell my house when I'm the one putting in the work? And I'm like, well, you're right.
And I'm better looking.
yeah. I'm like, well, I know how to market. I do have a marketing background.
No, I really do know what I'm doing, sir.
Sir,
Give me a chance, sir.
please.
Well, it's I get this. I get Jaime coming in. I'm like, well, who's this guy from Stark County doing here? What the
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I trust him or not? That's why I had my doubts at the beginning. But you guys know him. You know him more than I do. Once I started knowing his work, his ethic, his hustle, se contagia.
No, yeah.
I trust me. When you do it for such a long time, the construction, it's rinse and repeat. Jaime brings in the energy, and you look at Jaime and says, "Oh shit, this guy, 7 days."
Se mueve.
Look, and things could be going a little bit sour, whatever. Pero Jaime no se agüita. Jaime says, "Hey, no. Repeat, rinse and repeat. Let's do it again. Let's go.
Yeah.
Vamos. Everything forward, everything positive." And I've been using that, and I stole that from you.
Good.
And it's
yeah.
been working.
Yes.
It's been working with work, and it's been working on a personal level también.
What is that? Just bringing more energy?
Just positive.
Just positive.
Staying positive.
You know what?
If there's
Yes.
a little negative, okay, but
Let it
think
go.
about it.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Vámonos.
Yeah. There's no need to dwell.
You know what?
No need to dwell. Just positive.
I can second that. I can second that, and that's something that I've gravitated from you, and hanging out with you, and just being around you, and being able to just be within conversations with you. He's a very positive person, And one thing that I've taken and instilled in my life personally is the same thing, dude. And
Yeah,
whatever comes about,
Yeah.
just everything's good. Everything's good. You know, it's
It's
all
a
good.
mindset.
And we have a group that we, on a daily basis communicate, which I'm sure a lot of y'all have these chats with friends and stuff. But
Yeah,
it's,
we do.
but it's alive and well in that chat too. It's every day. It's
positive reinforcement.
Hey, animo.
Positive
Right?
reinforcement.
If it's not me, it's him saying it.
Yeah.
If it's not him, it's Efren saying it.
Yeah.
If it's not Efren, it's Dan saying it.
Yeah.
It's always somebody that's taking that baton and pushing it forward and trying to do something of themselves.
Yeah.
And man, it leads to success.
It's nice.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
There's days
You can't even. It's hard to quantify, right? But if you stay stagnant and back in 2020 and the way you've been going, I'm sure you were successful and you'd probably still be successful. But there's a certain level of energy that was brought on by Jaime, and now we're all part of this bigger
Yeah.
STBA
Yeah.
group where the energy's just boom, boom,
and
boom,
everybody
boom,
has
boom.
it. Everybody's super
Yeah.
positive.
And
Everybody's
that,
super
and that
encouraging.
train, you don't stop, baby.
Right.
Once
And-
it gets going.
and then I'm getting a conversation. I'm having a conversation with Ariel on a weekend, and he's like, I see your hustle. I see you're working on a Friday, till 6. Then Saturday you're up at 7 working, and
And
Sunday,
I'm at home watching cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta change this.
He's
up.
like, so I'm literally out today. I'm doing my rounds because I knew you were going to be out. I
Yeah.
saw that you posted you were going to be out. You were going to be working.
Yep.
So, you got me motivated to go
Yeah.
up and get working and get going and get to work. But in the end, it's when you love what you do, you don't
It's
work
not
a
work.
day. You don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
It's
don't
not
work a
work.
day in your life. It's really important for me that, and my wife, she's very, very mind grounded, and she's a leader in everything she does. But she's always told me, what's your why? You need to slow down. You need to. So now, I started to create that balance because I'm doing it for them.
It's necessary.
Yeah, I'm doing it for
Yeah.
them. And
You still have other roles
Yes.
to fill, right?
Papi.
You still got to be a dad.
Papi, you're not
Yeah.
gonna go,
For
Papi.
the viewers that don't-
when
you're a
you
dad,
hear
right?
Your 10-year-old ask
Yeah.
you, you're not going, Papi.
How many
Yes, I
kids?
am.
How many
Yes,
kids do you
I
have,
am. I have
Jaime?
2 boys.
2 boys for
I
the
have
people
2
that don't
boys.
know.
Yes,
2
I have
boys.
Lucas Lombardo and Bruno Alessio. So when they're asking you, what do you mean you're not going, Papi? And I wasn't because I had something else. Oh yeah, I'm going. Shit, you call, you cancel, reschedule.
Ronnie, I'm gonna have to cancel.
Yeah, and so that's your why. So when you figure out your why, in the end, everything works out because
Yeah.
your client is supposed to understand that you have a family. I am your listing whore, in town. I do have over 200 listings. Something that I've learned and heard from many, many people. It's unheard of.
200 listings.
Plus. And
I saw the list. I'm not. He ain't lying.
so when you have over 200 listings, multiply that by 2 because every listing has a spouse.
Sure.
So then that's 400 people calling you, maybe.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to know why are you
Where you
selling?
at? Where you at?
Where you at? Have we sold?
Yep.
I got a call from a builder today that I'm selling 1 lot at James Court. Do we have do we have any offers for lot heaven knows what at James Court? And I'm like, have I called you? No. So no, there's no, and that's it.
Who was that?
That was you.
And how crazy how the roles switch, and you're like, now as the realtor, you're like, I haven't called you, so just
Yes,
relax.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know
but,
what I
but
mean?
guess what? In
I
the
call
end,
Jaime, ¿qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres?
then I find out he has me on silent.
Whatever. I'm not calling you anymore.
So,
I do have you on silent.
yeah. So in the end, it is one of those things that you got to figure things out, and you got to put things into perspective. You got to make sure that what you're doing is for a real reason. Because like right now, my phone's going to be face down. I'm going to probably and this is I'm going to treat this as a listing appointment.
Sure.
Yeah.
Every time I go to a listing appointment, I talk to my clients and I make my clients very aware that, I'm always working. If you want to find out what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, follow me on social media. I have a 90-year-old that follows me on social media.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't take your call, it's not because I'm actually shitting the shits. It's actually because I'm working.
Sure.
And if I don't take your call, it's because I'm doing exactly what I'm doing today, giving you my undivided attention.
Right. Absolutely.
And I will go back and I will call everybody on the order it was received, just like they say when you call an answering system. And if you put that up front, they're like, oh,
They get it, yeah.
okay. Well,
Most people
great.
understand.
Yeah. So being transparent, I think, has been part of my success.
Gotcha.
I had a conversation the other day with one of my friends that I hadn't seen in a very long time, and you know, he was like, you know, I feel that good energy, and I said, dude, I'm getting goosebumps. I feel it too. You know, it feels great when, you know, you get excited for someone, you get excited for what's coming.
Right.
You know, what's coming. You know, you're gonna be my voice. You're gonna be my eyes and ears, because I'm not gonna be able to be there, but you're gonna be in charge. I have so much money.
That's a lot of trust to put on somebody.
It's a lot of trust.
Yeah.
You know, and what do? The first call is to my wife. Babe, guess what? You know, we've gained another investor, you know, to our portfolio. And babe, great. You know, so now, you know, but within that, I've created an assembly line with my staff, you know, and I have a phenomenal staff. I have a director of operations, transaction coordinator, listing coordinator, and I've just gained an executive assistant. And then I have my realtors. I don't do this alone. And you hear many agents say,
It's just done.
I'm not, you know, if you're going to work with me, you just work with me. Well, you know, shit, I probably wouldn't, if I was not a realtor and if I was wanting to invest, I wouldn't want to do it with you, because how are you going to handle it all? You know, because between A to Z, there's a whole bunch of shit that comes with it. From phone calls to title companies, from inspection reports, from
To open houses, right? Where I got to call Adriana.
right.
And if we're closing, we're
Don't
calling
call
Yoli.
me.
Yeah.
Don't call me. Call
Yeah.
Adriana. If we're closing, call Yoli. If you need a listing, send it to Miriam.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
you know, so I'm my phone's going to be face down, so you're not going to get to me. You're
Yeah.
going to be upset because I'm not going to be able to give you my undivided attention.
Yeah.
So So back to having a conversation I just had with a builder yesterday.
On the lot. You need to sell that lot, bro.
No, that was today.
Hey, you think I'm not going to call him tomorrow again? Shit. Hey, have you sold the lot?
You got to sell that lot, bro.
and you know,
By the way, if anybody out there needs a lot of James Corsi.
Queensport, you know, he's a new builder doing phenomenal things, and you know, we had a conversation yesterday because Ariel was at my meeting on Tuesday 2 weeks ago. Jaime was at my meeting.
Which, by the way, Queensport is Jaime Reina.
Right.
Shout out.
Right.
Jaime Reina.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine.
And you know, great. He comes from the same background. You know, he's a doctor in physical therapy, and you know, he's a gentleman that does very well in his business in the medical industry, and has tapped into this world of real estate. So we were having a conversation, and I told Jaime, this is your office. Like I told her, yeah, you're driving by, you need to meet a client, meet him here. So when we get paid with a commission check, that check's not mine. That check goes to Yolanda, to Miriam, to Jessica, to
The whole team.
Adriana, to the whole team, to my tenant, to everybody.
Yeah.
So I see this much of that, but you have that service, 100% of quality.
How long did it take you to establish this team? For all the realtors that might potentially listen and see you as an example of what it is to be a successful realtor in the industry, how long did it get you? How long did it actually take you to realize, like, you know what, I need to establish all these roles in place?
I wanted to get this team going probably the first week I started real estate, because I had been doing the medical industry for so many years, and I was running an empire.
Okay.
You know, and I knew that that is the reason I had saved so much money, because I knew that, and you know, you have to follow some guidelines in order to hire the staff. For me, it was the opposite. I wanted to do it backwards. I said, I hire the staff and then I build the empire, because I was in the industry.
It'll take you a lot longer if you.
Yes,
I get it.
Why was I going to wait? I had saved for it, and people were criticizing me.
Put
and
it
I
in.
said, yeah, don't.
But you're taking a risk, right? Because you're like, all right, here's the money.
Yeah,
I got to pay salaries.
Yeah, I was, and I started paying salaries without getting paid myself.
Yeah.
I was paying out salaries without getting paid or seeing that commission.
But if you don't build that team, where do you see yourself right now?
Right, I wouldn't be anywhere near
Yeah.
where I am today.
Who's the
Yeah.
first person you hired?
David.
David. What did he do for you?
David, he was a
Oh,
transaction.
David.
Yeah,
He's in San
Transaction
Antonio now or in
coordinator.
Austin,
Nice.
right?
Austin, yes.
Yeah.
And David, great asset. David
Yeah.
David was first impressions for Keller Williams, so he knew that. So he literally taught me a lot when it came to real estate because he was the director of first impressions for Keller Williams, so he knew, the firm, the transactions. He knew the phone ethics when it came to
The vibe at, Keller Williams.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then from there on, I was the first one to encourage David to get his real estate license, which now he is licensed. And I paid
for him.
that. It was my gift to him. After a year working for me, I'm going to pay her, and I'm
So our first project together, it was who in your team?
myself.
But yourself.
It was just myself.
Yeah.
Okay, wonder. Okay.
Yeah.
And you got it done.
I got
it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to running a business, I believe that every real estate agent should have some sort of, help, because how are you going to grow if all you need to do is just keep moving forward and keep getting leads and keep getting transactions to the closing table. We're trying to get them to the closing table, but who's going to be working the back
Yeah.
if it's not your staff?
Yeah.
So-
You got to follow through on it, right? And
It's very hard.
Doesn't matter if you get the listing if you can't get it to close.
Right.
It's very hard because we spend our life on the road.
Yeah.
So if your life is on the road, meeting after meeting after meeting, and when are you actually there to call title companies, call mortgage companies, where my clients at? It's and you know what I wanted to ask you, clients come in all ways, right? I'm sure you've had all sorts of clients. What
Mirror
particular
your client. Mirror your client.
Mirror your client. What
Yeah.
particular client stands out to you most? You've been in 4 years, right?
Right.
In the 4-year span, you just hit a record, right, in the Valley on sales.
Right.
What was that record?
Gaining over $1 million in commission.
This guy made $1 million in commission.
Over. Shattered.
In 4 years.
In 4 years.
That's
Pause
all right.
so people can understand that.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
That's 1 year.
That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
Some people make $2,000, $3,000 in one house that they sold in 2 months, and I know realtors that have been in the industry for over a year and haven't had a transaction.
Yeah.
So it kind of lets you know the hustle.
Right. And I think that getting there wasn't easy, but it is easy.
Mm-hmm. What's the secret? Is there a secret?
It's
your mind.
It's a mindset.
It's your mind.
It's a mindset, being transparent, being honest.
Yeah.
Being honest. Having a conversation yesterday, I had a really good conversation with a friend I hadn't seen in over 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend and I went deep in a conversation, and he said, man, you haven't changed. You're going to treat me with so much respect, even though I'm going to treat everybody with the same respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say this really quick story of how when I was in real estate, the very first couple of months, and I get a call from this person that wanted to list a property in Starr County, a small little town.
God's country.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Is that like in West Texas?
Yeah, in Italy, in Roma.
It's Roma.
So I get this call, and I always say this. I always talk about this, really cool story, because I get a call from this random old gentleman. His voice was very fragile, and he was just talking about how, I want to sell, a lot. That's all I want to do. I want to sell one lot, and I don't care if I get 15,000, if I get 20,000. All I want is just sell it. Well, by that time, I was probably 4 months into the business, and then I already had a transaction coordinator, and I was already swamped with work. I had already been blessed. And my transaction coordinator was like, cut it. You can't do that, because if you do that, you're going to have to go all the way to... I said, don't tell me how to run my business, first and foremost. Secondly, I'm going to help everybody that comes to my door.
I made an obligation to this dude.
So I have a conversation. I list this lot. I didn't list the lot. I told him I will pick up the listing. I'm going to go take a look at it. I'm going to make some comparables on it and stuff. By then, I hang up the phone. I get a call maybe an hour later, and it was the daughter, Kelly, Mrs. Kelly. And she says, thank you for taking Dr. Ramirez's call, which by then, I didn't even know he was a doctor.
Sure.
Mind you, he was a founder. He opened the Ramirez Hospital in Roma. Anyway, so she says, because you picked up that $20,000 lot, I have 9 townhomes in South Padre and 10 condos in Brownsville that we need you to sell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that $20,000
Don't
sale.
close your door to any
Never.
opportunity.
Nothing.
Never. And that's what I
You never
learned
know.
from the very beginning. And I
wonderful.
think that has set and led and put my expectations to test and understand that, you know, that person never disrespect and never undermine somebody, because that person might
You never know.
No, that person might give you, you know, this person that cannot purchase a home, but if you treat him with respect and you try to help him to purchase a home, he might lead to his boss that wants to invest
Yep.
$10 million.
Yep.
Because you
You
treated
never
him
know.
with
Yeah,
respect.
you never know. You got to treat them all with respect.
So
And I've seen you get multiple deals based on just one single thing that you're going to visit somebody with, right? And it turns into,
And it happens.
next thing you know, it
Yeah.
turns into a whole 4-plex subdivision.
Yep.
You
Right.
know,
It's
sold
crazy.
right,
like that.
real quick,
It's crazy.
real quick.
That is crazy. But that's real estate.
Yeah,
That's real
And,
estate.
absolutely.
and I personally believe that everyone should have their real estate license by 18 years old. And that's just me.
Who's here? Oh my God, we got
Hey.
we
You know
got
us.
we have a special guest.
Yeah,
And,
Mr. Gomez.
well, we got Chris first.
Hey, what's going on, Chris? Good.
Christian.
Yeah.
It's for you.
Okay.
This is a golden ticket.
Okay.
He's got a golden ticket.
What is that?
Got the golden ticket. Yes.
So
what
with
is
that, Mr. Gonzalez, we if you guys didn't listen in, we had a podcast a couple weeks ago with Juan Carlos and Archie.
Yeah.
And in that podcast, we discussed a project that we're going to do together. Me and Juan Carlos, a very dear friend of mine. After years and years of doing business together, we've decided to collaborate on a project together, and we are inviting multiple people, right, to that project that are going to help us from every aspect of it, to throwing dirt, to helping us
Selling
market it. We truly believe in
So I'm your listing agent
your
for this
and your
property.
ability in your ability to sell a structured product.
Thank you.
And so we'd like to invite you. We're having a symposium
Okay.
tomorrow at the auditorium at the library, where we're going to discuss the project, and we're going to launch the Kozo brand with the people that has helped us grow, and whom has believed in what we do, and who we believe to be the best in the industry. So this project is truly putting together the best, and we would like for you to be there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Creators creating the project.
Creators creating the project.
How, you guys are chosen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that in this project, we're actually not going to have you sell a home.
Okay.
This might be the first time that you're actually going to sell art.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I'm ready.
We'd love to have you on board.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris, for coming by and dropping that off.
Bye, everyone.
Cool.
Look at that guy.
I know. I see that guy.
That's one handsome fella.
That's one of my good friends, man. Are we going to let him in? Are we going to let him talk? Should we?
Shh. Why not?
Is he going to get crazy? For those of you that can't see, because the camera's not on him, Mr. Gomez with Gomez 3 is in the building. We're all good friends, right?
Great friends.
We're all good friends, man, and it's a beautiful friendship.
It's more like family now.
Yeah, it really
You
is.
know, and I want to keep talking about real estate.
Sure,
You know,
let's do it.
I want to keep talking about real
Let's
estate.
do it.
And so back to where, now I'm full of energy. And
Yeah, no, do it, baby,
Don't
do
fall,
it.
don't
I love
fall.
it.
back to part of my success. It was me tapping into, Ariel's store and asking him for the opportunity.
Sure.
So when I did that and he gave me the opportunity, he was a very tough cookie to crumble. He was
This
a
guy, this teddy bear?
yes. He still is. He's the first message in the family. It's a family in my office group. Good morning. And I'm like, oh, what's coming? Oh, what's coming? And you know,
let's say I'm taking full advantage of
of having this assembly line.
Hyman team.
And you know, right away, Yolanda, good morning. Any leads on 8127 or 8010? You know, or when are we closing? And I'm in you know, in the background, just seeing the whole staff respond to all his questions, and I'm like,
That's great, man.
This is what I was dreaming for.
For all the builders out there, and it's we've talked about this before. The Jaime Gonzalez team, for me, I don't have a sales staff. Not one single salesperson. Servi helps me, right? He's my brother, and he's always going to have my back. And he does sell for us. However, you are our sales team, right? We use your team as my sales team. We found that to be extremely beneficial based on the percentages and how much money, you know, we pay out, and what it would cost to actually have a salesperson on staff, and then we have to market, and how much is that going to cost us? It just made more sense to just hire a team, right? And so, man, our team and your team know each other very well. They're all friends, which is all super cool. We can literally put the teams together and everybody gets along, right? And so that's just an extension for us. It's just an extension, right, of structure.
And that's part of the success. That's part of the success. You know, and back to when, you know, I had that conversation with Ariel, and I said, well, you know, Ariel, give me the opportunity. Let me go ahead and knock on doors. You know, because when you do this business, you want to do this business, you want to do it right. So let me knock on someone else's door. You know, and I knocked on your door, and we established that relationship to another level as well.
Sure.
You know, and now, you know, there's no, I don't foresee our business going anywhere else but within this big
It's just
family.
Gonna get better.
It just gets better. And South Texas Builders Alliance literally got me to that $1 million. And I wanted to say this very pridefully because I think that was part of my success. 2 consecutive years, you know, being, you know, that agent was more so because the builders gave me the opportunity, and I wanted the builders to believe in what we're doing. You know,
but your action made that happen, bro.
Yeah.
You know, because I reach out to realtors and I reach out to builders, but when I do reach out to realtors and I try and get them to come in, most of the time, about 90% of the time, I get told, you already got Jaime in there. So my thing is like, okay, yes, I do. We do have Jaime in there. And yes, he does represent a high caliber of real estate. But you understand that nothing was given to Jaime. I know for a fact that you took the list of builders that were coming in and you were calling each one of them yourself.
Right.
You got to work it, man.
Ain't nobody.
It's not going to come to you.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that.
Exactly.
And thank you for bringing that up about STBA, bro. I really appreciate it because it means a lot to me. Efren knows this, man. We've been on the board, and Ariel too. We've been on the board for the last 2.5 years, man, and man, we put a lot of work into it.
It's not easy.
It's not easy,
Every
bro.
day is
and
work.
man, we got naysayers every day. GMAR, we went over there. I mean, like, I got bombarded with questions and.
What
man,
do you mean? What happened?
All we're trying to truly do is create.
Let's welcome Mr. Efren.
Yes, Mr. Gomez. Gomez 3, brother.
Go.
Good to see you.
Go with Gomez.
Go with Gomez, baby. Welcome to the podcast, sir. Welcome to the podcast. So what was I saying? So
we get bombarded every day. Every day.
Yeah, we got a lot of naysayers about STBA, but man, shit, I got living proof. Right, and I talk to this dude every day, and I've seen him work the network.
Yep, and that's why that's what it takes.
Yeah, dude, because of it. If it doesn't exist, if that network didn't exist, maybe you hit $1 million eventually.
There's no builder that comes into STBA and gets referred to the Keller Williams Jaime Lee team. There's no builder that comes into STBA and automatically says, well, I'm going to give all my work to Jaime Lee. Hey, man, if a builder comes into STBA and you go to a power lunch, and a power lunch is the substance of all sorts of different companies that are in SCBA. You can have over 120 companies at the moment, right? And you go there, this guy standing next to you, he doesn't know you, he's going to shake your hand. And that breaks the mold. And that should go to every realtor and every builder. And one thing that I'm very passionate about is that my perspective on a lot of things in life changed when I started going to that veterans house, and I got to see the reality of this group. And the reality of this group is that you get out what you put in.
Right. And that's the thing. You know, some people here believe and think that, oh, you know, everything's handed over. Nothing's handed over.
Nada.
No,
Zero.
Nothing. And, you know, another thing that people, especially agents in this industry, the same thing applies for lenders, realtors, brokers, builders. Oh, you know, they're my clients, and nobody's your client until you win that client. You know, there's your client's your client, my client's my client. We're not in competition, guys. We're not, because who wants to build with you might not want to build with you or build with you, or vice versa.
But at the end of the day, we have more to gain, bro,
Right.
from sharing information.
Right, and exactly. And for me, you know, I have that buyer that wants to build. Well, let's interview 3-4 builders, because I have to be fair for that buyer.
Of
you know,
course.
I have to be fair for that buyer. I'm not going to just say, oh, go meet with Ronnie, or go meet with Carolina Homes, or with Gomez, or with Barrett.
You don't send
Or-
them all to
no.
me? Oh, well, that's bullshit.
Next episode.
Anyway, so, well, thanks for tuning in.
The hourglass is up.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my God, look at how time flies.
Start shaking the tail.
I'm kidding.
Because in the
I get
end,
it.
in the end,
I'm not the builder for every client.
right. And neither is Carolina
And every
Homes.
client is not the client for every builder.
You have to,
Sure.
and you know, and the reason I understand this, you know, faithfully and, you know, fearlessly, is that you're going to marry that client for 8 to 9 months.
It's a relationship,
so
man.
you have to get along.
Oh.
And the same thing applies for lenders. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, Mr. Mortgage, all you do is work with Mr. Mortgage. You know, nobody's choosing Mr. Mortgage. My buyer is going to interview with Mr. Mortgage, with this one. It just so happens that I have a really good relationship with Mr. Mortgage and his family and mine. You know, but other than that, business is business.
Absolutely.
And he's the first one. He has not financed half of my, you know, investment properties. He refers me out. He probably doesn't even get paid for it. But his satisfaction is that I got that closed.
Mr. Mortgage is a really hard worker.
And
He's a hard worker, too.
and that
Good
is
guy.
he's one that I was looking up to so much when I became a real estate agent, and then everything changed, and now he's looking up to me, and now we look up to each other. So I like that, you know, where we
We're
are
both
very
pushing.
we're very honest of, you know, oh, I look up to him, but I'm not going to say it. No, we say it. Dude, I went into your house when my wife invited me to go visit you and your family, and, you know, I was like, man, I want to be this guy. I don't want to be that guy because he's short and dark, but I want to be that. I want to be that guy.
In case you're listening.
He's still kind of cute though, with the bow tie. I mean, come on, guys.
And
The
the
bow tie
dimples,
does it.
and
And
the
the dimples.
dimples.
And the dimples.
But, you know, very successful because he's smart. You know, and
He's very knowledgeable.
I'm attracted. I attract, and I'm very attracted to smart people, and that to me,
Intelligence is attractive.
yes.
It is.
That's why we're great friends.
We're all very smart.
So again, you know, we're for agents, you know, and for builders and for lenders that are out there, we're not in competition with each other. There's business for everybody. That's how I see it. You
And the
know,
only thing that
there's-
separates the separation is just the effort,
Right.
And there's no secret to it. If we just said the secret. The secret was that you took a piece of paper and saw everybody in there, and were like, okay, well, let me just start with number one and work my way down,
Right.
and let me call each one of them, and that's literally the secret to the success.
And you know, trust me, I've lost clients that we don't connect. And that's fine, because if we don't connect from the very beginning, why am I going to want to be in business with you, you know, until I sell your property or until I find you your property? it's not gonna be a good thing, you know. So I'd rather just, again, have a clear mind of just working on a very peaceful mode.
Man.
And the same thing applies at home, and my wife knows this. If because that, you know, we're upset because the dogs weren't fed, or the dog was inside and he accidentally pooped, and if I leave that house and we're not in the best of terms, my whole day is gonna go to shit.
It goes horrible.
So trust me, my day has to be perfect from the minute I walk out the door, because if it is, everything else is just, I'm just gonna make money.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna do. Go out and make money. So for everybody, it's very important that everything is perfect at home before you go out.
That's very important. What you just said.
It is super important. It the energy you guys, I trust me. If I'm upset at 8 in the morning at home,
Oh, your whole day is ruined.
Oh God.
ruined.
Yeah.
I don't make money,
Yeah.
and it's like
Porque no puedes ni pensar.
I don't even want to make money.
Yeah.
Because that's not my goal.
Yeah.
My goal is to get everything back to number one, my why. What is your why? And if it's not your family, and then once you fix that, everything's gonna go perfect.
Everything works out.
No,
How long have you been married, Mr. Lee?
it'll be 15 years in August.
15 years.
15 years.
Congratulations,
Thank
brother.
you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Behind
That's
every
awesome.
good man is a great woman.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I know,
And
for sure.
yeah, we know Ileana, and
Yeah.
what an amazing woman.
And Miss Ileana is also a realtor alongside you, right?
She is. She
Nice.
is. She is. And one of the reasons I got her into real estate, and one of the reasons I got her to get her real estate license, was so she could understand the ins and outs. I put her into maybe 3 transactions. Dear Lord, she could not be a realtor for anything. Dude, she wanted to literally buy the house for this buyer. She wanted to.
I want it.
She wanted to pay for all the inspection repairs, and I was like, babe, no. But they can't. No. But it was very satisfying for me to know that she knew what it took to get this client, and these clients were coming from New Jersey, and it was a husband and wife, but she was into the Border Patrol. She was getting transferred because she was in the Border Patrol business career. So they were trying to find a house all over, from La Jolla. They end up in some little town called Donna.
Isn't that
Country.
Let's start
Some little random town called Donna.
is that still like a thing? Like people are still, is that town still exist? I thought it was.
Well, we closed on it, and they live there.
I thought it was abandoned. I'm kidding.
And
I love Donna. It's the heart of the valley.
but it was.
It is.
Donna.
That's what they call it, right?
It is. We actually petitioned the city at one point when we were trying to do a subdivision there to change the water tower to a heart. I mean, we got lofty goals. Anyway,
So
it didn't work.
I got her to get
It's
a
not
real
there.
estate license because I wanted her to understand what it took to get a client from beginning to end. Now that she understands that, her role is to be in the medical industry. She's a director of sonography in the Women's Center of Excellence. She does a great job there. If she wanted to be working there, I'd rather her be home taking care of the kids, because that is a full-time job.
Oh, for sure.
And I know that, and just today we were having a conversation, and it was it was almost getting to a point, and I think I talked to you about this, to a point that I was going to just tell her, babe, we're ready for you to just enjoy the summer vacation with the kids. Stay home. You're going to be a full-time mom. Because I need that positive mindset at home for me to function.
Yeah.
If her job was going to become stressful, we don't need her at her job, because her job is just that one purse she's going to purchase.
But I like how you're emphasizing that, because it is very important, man, especially if things are not right at home and it just lingers in your mind.
No.
And you're not, it's like you said, I can't make money if my mind is not there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So I'd rather, and in the end, there's a lot that goes on with having my lifestyle. I have a full-time live-in nanny. I have my boys in school, trying to get them in every sport that they can possibly get into. But in the end, she has a full-time job too. So what is it? Something's got to give. And I know that in the end, it'll all work out. I feel that it's going to get to a point that we might have to hire maybe another staff at home so that they can drive them to and from. But myself and my wife, we have to keep running this business so that we can provide 100%
Right.
to people like you guys.
Whenever you need a chauffeur, let me know, man. If you guys are hiring, I've always wanted to be an Uber driver.
I can see that.
That would be great. Just
That would
interview
be
people.
wild.
Just do podcasts as an
Yeah.
Uber.
There used to be a show, no? There used to be a
I think
show
there is. There's a
in Vegas. The
there was a show.
They
Yeah,
would
like
sing
the
and
Cab
stuff.
Confessions.
Yeah, Confessions.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
That actually got pretty dicey.
Ronnie's Confessions
Yeah.
on the Uber.
I'm kind of down. We should try it. We'll start next week.
Buy a hotspot.
Oh, did you bring another one? Oh, thanks. I didn't even ask for it. That's great. Thanks.
That's awesome. So we have a special guest here today. Some people know him as Go with Gomez.
Yeah.
Some people know him as the singer of all singing songs. But
He's definitely the most good-looking builder that we have in STBA.
Está pesado.
Todavía ves. Sí.
El güero talking about it.
What's going on? What's
Mr.
going
Gomez
on?
used to be a model back. That was his previous job
Shoe
for
model,
Calvin
yeah.
Klein, right? Was it Calvin Klein, something like that?
We modeled socks.
Caps.
No,
Yeah.
it's great to be here with you guys. Jaime's been a great part of my life and a great part of my success also. So we talked about it, and I wanted to be here just to show a little bit of support.
There you go. We got to get the clarity of that voice.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
just if you're gonna start
Hey,
singing,
how
just warn
sexy
us.
does that sound, though? Really, when you put them
It's
on, right?
transformational. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
You lock in,
I
bro.
heard you guys talking about that in previous podcasts, and I'm like, whatever.
Nah, what is he even talking
Screw
about?
these guys.
Is he drunk again?
But it sounds good. I might take this home.
All
Actually,
of a sudden he's like, yeah.
I'm gonna sing real quick.
babe, here. I need you to put these on.
I need everybody to wear a headphone.
Here, wear
from
these
now on.
so you can see how hot I sound.
Yeah,
At home.
Babe,
The
baby, let's make another baby.
The whole family.
we're having meetings with these things on now.
Family meeting.
No, it's
funny.
great. It's great.
Yeah, it's good to have you on, man.
It's great to be here. Yeah, yeah.
What do you know about this guy?
Y'all just took a trip together, no?
We did.
Yeah,
so,
GPI, bro.
So a little funny story.
Same here, GPI.
A little funny story that some of you guys may or may not know. You know it for sure. Before we started talking, right, and became a little bit closer as friends, I would see you. We've talked about this
Before we started going around.
Before we
Yeah.
started becoming a thing,
Yeah.
taking trips together.
Yeah. All of a sudden I would walk out my office and he was parked outside.
Hey.
Yeah. I would always think about Jaime, and I was like, man, that guy looks like
Pinche
such
pelao mamón.
like an asshole, you know.
He kind of does.
And the funny thing is that he tells me that he had the same perspective about me, right? Which
All
is
the
funny,
time.
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is which is
Yeah.
good friendship when you
Which
can be
is
like, you
good
know what, I used to
friendship.
think
Oh,
man.
you
Yeah.
had this
it-
perspective.
coming from-
We bust each
I
other's
still think
balls
that way, but-
every day.
Coming from Stark County, you're like, caíme bien cagada. O sea, aparte llegaba, güey, to the SCBA meetings, caminando así, como, y yo, cálmate, hijito.
Pelo recién cortado.
Sí, pelos en las
I
orejas,
have
güey.
I have a bad foot, man.
Whatever. And I was like,
It's not a pimp walk. I have a bad foot.
yeah,
have
he's
a
got
really
a corn.
large- a really large
He's got a
bunion.
corn right in between his.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like,
So
and it's Vicky that always brings that up because she knows. Obviously, someone's mentioned it.
Yeah.
But it was, and Ileana knows this, and now they're very close, very, very good friends because they have a lot of things in common, which is the ultimate goal of just
Vicky, by the way, is Efren's wife.
right,
Miss,
yeah, and
Be- again, behind every good man is
right,
Great
right.
woman.
So they always, Ileana knew this and Vicky knew this, and now we laugh about it. But go ahead.
But yeah, so it started off with that, just from a distance. Still out,
Mamon.
Yeah, I mean, he still is, and yeah, it's true. but now,
But now I think it's funny.
yeah, but now we can laugh about it. But no, it's really developed, and so we had a couple of transactions, and then one thing led to another, and I saw his ambition. It continues to this day, and I think that's why we get along so great, is because most of us here, all of us here for sure, have the same mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, before
Like-minded, yeah.
we're like-minded. So Jaime, I can see his drive, I see his ambition, and I feed off of it, right? So 5:30 in the morning, we're sending messages to each other, and they're encouraging messages of let's get it done, let's do things, and it's super encouraging. So I'm very happy that you are where you are. You deserve it, and I wish you the best. But yeah, it's been a journey.
It has been a journey, and again, you gave me the opportunity, just like you've given me the opportunity, and how you gave me the opportunity.
And I met you through Ronnie, actually.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
And it was at my forever, amazing sale of Thames.
That's
It
right.
was
true.
I think after a Halloween party, I'll never forget. Again,
Well, it's easy to sell something that's beautiful.
You get it?
It sold itself.
sure,
Yeah.
it didn't sell until you hired me. But again, you showed
I didn't even
up.
try sending it, to be honest with you.
I remember you.
I refused a
showed-
bunch of offers.
You showed up with Dan and Dan's wife and
Great guy, great.
everybody that was there, and I was like, "Babe, are you ready to go?" These guys are annoying the fuck out of me, But yeah,
Let's go.
They're having such a great time. They're all smiling. It's annoying.
No, you weren't
They're
smiling.
friends with each other, not with me. I want to
yeah.
leave.
Yeah, I was just there. I was just running.
And I'm taking my basketball with me.
Yeah,
I remember that.
But that
I
was
do
at
remember
one
that.
time
Yeah.
the very first time I met.
Matter
you
of fact,
guys.
I met you at that house also.
I met you. I walked into your parade of homes at James Court.
Yeah.
That was-
You walked into mine, and then I walked into yours.
and then you came and we had some shots,
We
and it
had
was
some
like,
shots.
boom, we're friends.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Dude,
friends.
we just become best friends.
Yeah. Oh my God, we just became best friends.
All because of that. Isn't that crazy?
All
It
because
is.
of that,
It
man.
is.
Truly, like, I had actually never really walked into.
Oh, nice. That's
What's
1
that?
hour.
I had never really walked into other builders' homes.
It was frowned upon at one
prior
point.
to that, yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk into the house, man. We're the only ones here at James Court. Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
And man, long story short,
Fast forward.
fast forward 3-4 years, and we're good friends.
Yeah.
I'm happy to call Efren a good friend of mine.
Same here.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, the cool thing about it is, 3 builders right here sitting next to each other.
For real, yeah. And Nadia calls me, man, and I answer it every time. And if I don't, I call him back.
Yeah.
and 3 builders that have a really good background in family, a really good background in just making sure that our kids are a complete success. Your son is a star in swimming right now, Ariel, and Efren's son is the #1 student in his school district.
That's awesome.
And
That
your
is
son
awesome.
just got a
Yeah.
full ride, which he's right here.
He's right
Yo.
Cannon.
To
Hey,
A&M.
congratulations,
Yeah.
Cannon.
Congratulations, Cannon. Yeah.
My son is millionaire eater, the
Yeah.
president's.
How the hell did that happen? We've had conversations about this before. How the hell did that
I
happen?
have no clue.
What were you like as a student?
Dude. Actually,
I know what you like.
Let's just say I was.
That's all
I
you
was-
need.
Look, I
That's
got my
Indiana
GED,
for sure.
okay? I wasn't the best student. I mean, I was a good student, relatively speaking, but I wasn't the best student.
Not like the best
Not compared
grades.
to the kids that we have,
Right,
man. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy. It blows my mind because how you're soon. Does everybody know?
Yes, everyone already
Okay,
knows.
soon to be a dad.
Yes, sir.
You're pregnant.
I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant.
So
Yeah.
it's-
Sorry to
Shout
break the
out,
news.
shout out, baby. Appreciate you.
all our sons have excelled. All our this school year. Imagine what they're gonna do. When they're us. They're gonna be having the same
They're
podcast.
gonna be
Okay.
better.
And what's cool though about that is like, so now we've created this organization, STBA, where we're all helping each other out, and so like, and we've talked about this legacy thing, right?
Yep.
At STBA, where hey, man, it's not just about us, right? And yes, we're gonna find success, helping each other and sharing information and all that. We're going to find success. But what's cool is when we have kids and they want to get into this industry, pues I knew your dad.
Yep.
And your dad was a good man.
Yep.
And because he was a good man and he did good things, you automatically have a leg in.
And I feel
they don't have to
that-
start from zero.
right? And I feel that if your son, your daughter, or your son wants to be a realtor, call Jaime. Go
yeah.
shadow
Yeah.
Jaime. Or my son wants to be a builder.
Hey,
Or
the
wants
first
to-
thing I'm gonna say is,
Hey.
Jaime, my boy wants to be a realtor.
And that's
Yeah.
real.
Can he
And that's
shadow?
real.
Can he
Yeah.
shadow you?
Yep.
I see.
Without
Of course.
without any hesitation. Hey, we're not even gonna ask.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have him come over.
Ahí te va.
¿A qué horas llegas a la oficina? Because he's gonna go shadow you
Yeah.
for this 2 weeks.
Go shadow Tío Jaime.
And we had this conversation when we first started talking about this whole thing.
Yes, brother. That was the goal.
That was the goal.
One of the goals.
That was top 3 goals.
Yeah, and I'm really really proud of that, man. That isn't necessarily going to manifest itself right away, right? And it's going to take some time. But man, I'm in it. I know what we signed up for.
Yeah.
I know what we decided that we were going to do and what the importance was of it. And man, we're here. It's alive and well, baby. STBA is not going anywhere.
You know what? Today I talked to somebody that told me that he was extremely that he could see the direction of STBA and where it's going from when it started to now, and he was just saying how proud and he was towards everybody, and how he was like, man, I could see the growth and the direction and the camaraderie, how you guys are together and really pushing this forward and the best for everybody. And I think it started with whenever you brought me along and you were like, look, bro, I just want to be transparent with people. I want people to believe in my mission statement. I want people to believe in this, and I want people to believe in STBA, like all this stuff.
For the record, it wasn't my mission statement, man. It was we actually sat down together and put in, I don't know, dude, 6 hours at my house.
Hours.
Got
and
super
hours.
drunk. We were there till about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Man, writing
Ideas.
It's not a long mission statement, but it is perfect
Yep.
for what we wanted to create.
There was a lot of thought that went
There
into
was
that.
a lot of thought that went
time,
into it.
A lot
man.
of energy. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. And I follow that mission statement,
Yeah.
man, to the core.
And it's working itself.
It has to.
It's working itself, and
It has to, because like we were talking about earlier, it's positive energy.
right.
It always works.
Yeah.
So long as it's positive.
Yeah, and there's and the movement is there clearly,
Yeah.
and it's gravitating more people towards it itself. It's pretty amazing to hear people just call, and I get so many calls asking just to be on the podcast. I'm like, man, we got a wait list, but
We got a lot of people that want to be on the podcast.
Really?
it's
Yeah.
amazing. It really is amazing. I think that the podcast within itself has it's giving light to people like yourself and people like Efrain, everybody that's here in a way just to get out and let people know who you are as a person, because people can have a stigma.
Right. People don't know or understand what our day-to-day operations like. They don't know what it takes. They don't understand. They just think that, everything has been handed over in a silver platter.
Mm-mm.
Like you're saying, you get realtors calling, well, you have Jaime.
Yeah.
Hey, no soy monedita de oro para caerle bien a todos, y no tampoco no es lo que ocupo.
What I like to tell
what
them-
I want, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what I want is more realtors to understand that I will never be able to give the service that I'm giving to the ones that I'm providing service to
Okay.
all on my own or with my team. So we do need more people. We do need more great level-headed people
We do.
that are gonna understand, the mission statement
Mm-hmm.
that took forever to get together or a long time to get together, so that I know they're not gonna take Ronnie away. They're not gonna take you or you away. Well, now you're doing your shit. But anyway, yeah,
And we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk
You and
about
I got
that
some
later.
words later.
But there's so many builders out there, and they all need us, you know. And I want I want a lot of realtors to understand that builders are starting to understand that we bring something good to the table. We're able to sell their product a little bit above asking price. One great, you know, I had a great meeting yesterday with Queen Sport with Jaime Reina. Jaime was over at the office, and you know, one great thing he mentioned was, you're on my expense list. You're on my list of things that needs to be put on when I'm building a home, because I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to have you sell it. You know, and I already know that everything he's going to build is going to come through me. There's not going to be any you know, we're so transparent that I have no fear in him. And if he ever chooses to go with another agent, that's absolutely okay. But he says, you know, I'm building a house, so I have a budget for the realtor. I have a just like the budget for the roof, I have a budget for the builder, for the realtor.
Yeah, it's part of our sales budget.
And that's the times that we're in now. It's a line item.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now.
So, you know, and you weren't here a while ago when we were talking about how, you know, the commission, the CSO does not come to me. It comes to Yolanda, to, you know, Adriana, to all the staff that comes with it. You know, you have everything. You don't need to have that staff. You have it with my team. And for, you know, the other agents that are within SCBA, they have it too. They're doing great. They do a phenomenal job. And again, we're not in competition with each other, and that's what I love, you know, because I understand that.
Exactly.
I have no competition with nobody. I'm in competition with myself.
I always tell them, bro.
That is part of my success.
That's my thing. It's like, hey man, there's a realtor. He's actually down the office from the STBA office, and I'm like, hey man, come on, like, hey, just sign, baby. You're right in front of the door. Come on, let's go, get in. And he was like, no, and he was one of the ones that's like, pues you guys already have Jaime, whatever. And I was like, so what's stopping you?
Yeah.
And it's all excuses.
Don't even give me the name, because at the end of the day, you don't want to push someone that's not even going to believe in themselves, because in the end, that person doesn't even believe that he can come in and just
that's the thing.
Manpower in winning just 2-3 people. You know, his expense coming and joining is gonna, dude, please
think about it. Think about it like this, right? Think about it like this, Efren. We're all builders here. Would you not build in a subdivision because, I don't think I can compete with that builder?
Imagínate.
No, hombre, güey. O sea, ya perdiste.
Yeah, one of the things is if you don't believe in your own product, how do you expect for your
someone
clients
else
to believe in your product?
Yep.
You have to.
Just to make your life
easier. You're the number one pick.
Yeah.
Just to make your life
You're the
easier,
number one
Mario.
pick.
Absolutely.
You know what? Don't ever, try to bring someone on that doesn't believe in
I actually had that
themselves.
conversation with one of the board members today. And my conversation to him was that I personally don't believe in begging anyone to be a part of something so great. Because if you can't see the greatness, if you can't see it and you don't believe it, I can't make you believe it. And I don't have the time to even want to make anyone believe it. My thing is like, trust me. When I was pushing my real estate as much as I was, I'm not pushing it as much anymore. I just sell our personal products now, my personal product. But when I created a network. I remember I went to every real estate firm in the Valley, except for Mr. Jaime Lee's. But I went to every real estate firm, and I got numbers, and I have a network of like 90-something realtors, from brokers to realtors, that I created by myself. It's on my WhatsApp. It's not on anything else but my personal phone. But I did that by myself.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to sell a subdivision. I was like, hey, I have all these buildings that I need to sell, and I put it up on everybody. This is what I want to meet with everybody. And there was only one team that showed up, and shout out to Miss Patti.
Oh yeah, Patti's on STBA, baby.
Miss Patti showed up, and you know what?
She's doing great.
Out of her showing up, two fourplexes were sold. But hey, I was out there. I was running. I was
agent.
I was by myself. You know, I didn't know where to go, where to start. But I was like, you know what? There's a Google, and you can Google real estate real estate firms around or whatever, and it's going to give you where to go.
Yeah.
And you know what? I went to Office Depot. I printed out all this stuff, but it was because I wanted it. So whenever I hear people and I hear people and they're like, "Well, what's STB gonna do for me?" Nah, I don't want you here. I don't even need you around me because that's not the energy. The energy is like, "Hey, I'm here. What's up? What do we need to do? How are we gonna move forward?" You know, like that's the type of because I have that go-getter energy, and my thing is like, you know, we had a situation today, not a situation, but we had a thing today where we had to let members go that had missed their due for over a year. And I'm making that clear because I don't want people to think like, oh, well, these guys let people go something they've missed the due in 2-3 months. No. We had companies that were in STBA that had not paid in over a year.
Right. And moving forward as a business, it's 60 days.
Yeah.
It's 60 days. Because if any organization does not receive payment within 60 days, in 30 days you're late, in 60 days you're out.
And we're taxing you times 3.
Right. You know, I mean, what are we doing?
The thing about
we're not gonna babysit.
The thing of it is that no one has time for that. You know, and the thing, you ain't got the time for that. You don't have the time for that. So to me, it's like, I don't think that if you don't believe in this, and I put it on the chat today, and I told them, guys, take advantage of the network that you have. Just take advantage of the network that you have.
There's so many tools in this toolbox,
bro.
You just have to open it up and use them.
And you have to show up.
You just have to use them.
And I put it there. Show up to your meetings, man. That's it.
The gallery last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the gallery last year. You know, I was the biggest firm believer that the most I spent, I was going to get so much out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I still walk 2 front doors, and I still see my...
Oh, yeah.
It's in my office.
Every day.
At your house.
It's at my house. It's at my office.
At other houses that I walk into,
Mm-hmm.
I spent $7,000-$10,000.
You did, man. Thank you for believing us.
And it was just because I wanted every builder to understand that, you know, I want to do this for you guys. I thank you.
Yeah.
I thank you. I want to give back, you know, not only to the ones that I'm working with, but to every other builder that is within STBA. Every builder had that doormat right in front of their door.
And it goes back to you believing in your product.
Right.
Yep.
You believe in your product.
And now that doormat.
And you believed in your clients.
Yeah.
Right.
You believe in your
Right?
clients.
And so you gave back to us, and
And
what do
it-
we do? Of course, we're going to give back to
me-
you,
for me-
right?
It was marketing.
It's a circle.
It was a domino effect. It was open. It was a rotational door. You know, it was a door that was nonstop. You know,
Let me continue on the gallery because we actually had a committee meeting yesterday.
Very special.
Yeah, super good meeting, and we're supposed to talk about the gallery when we first started today, and of course I forgot.
It's okay.
We have contracted Paco.
Villalba.
Yeah.
Mr. Villalba.
Yeah, man. He's been essential for RGVBA and the Parade of Homes. He knows what he's doing. They've been doing it for a long time. They drive. Now, one thing that RGVBA does really well, and we've always said this in our organization, is the Parade of Homes. Man, they kill it.
Yes,
they
sir.
do an amazing job. And Paco's a big reason for that, right? And so we hired Paco. He is going to do the gallery for us. We're super excited about that.
Very excited. Very excited. Do you want to kind of like let them know like what we're
Go
what
for
we're-
it, bro. Yes, man,
So
go for it.
we've established a committee, and this committee had the idea that, you know, one thing that prior STBA had told our builders that there would be no charge to being in the gallery. One thing that Mr. Villalba brought up to us is that definitely has to be a charge on the competition aspect, and we were like, man, it was not supposed to be a competition. The good thing is that most of the real estate industry is filled with ex-athletes that are used to competing, so I think that they crave that nature of competition.
That competitiveness.
Yes, they crave that. And we had a meeting. Mr. Go with Gomez here had actually requested that we had a lunch in Westaco. Back closer
We
to
had to give the Mid Valley some love.
Yes, we had to go. We had to go to the Mid Valley, and we went out there, Buffaloes, and it was a really good turnout.
Great
Yeah.
turnout.
We packed the house. It was a great turnout. We had the whole section at the bar area, which got packed and whatnot, and we celebrated Mr. V's birthday. But we took advantage of that, and we asked the question: Do you guys want to get judged? Do you guys want to?
Do you
want to
win awards?
Do you want to win awards? Because it's a pristine.
Prestige.
It's a prestige to a builder when a builder could say, "I'm an award-winning builder."
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds pretty, man.
Yeah.
And when you have clients show up to your office and there's plaques on your wall that says 250,000 best of show or 250,000, best kitchen,
whatever, yeah.
best bath, whatever, whatever the award is, it's algo bonito.
Yeah.
It's something pretty, man. And of course, the builders were like, Mr. Robert Cordova, shout out. He's been a great tool and
Asset to the committee.
yes, sir. He's helping out tremendously. Took reins on that, and we got a unanimous vote that everybody wanted to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to get things allocated and whatnot. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to bring local judges that have sworn over the Bible to keep things honest and fair, over the best interest of the people. Our local
Yeah.
judges to be the judges at these houses.
Yeah, so that's fair.
And it was a great meeting. I don't know if you want to touch base on that a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk about the details. So we obviously the board wanted to keep that expense or that fee for the gallery as small as possible. But after doing the numbers and all that, we came up with the consensus was we do need to charge a little bit. And we're still going to be true to our word, right? If you want to be in the gallery, you can. And you can actually be in it for, it's $500, right?
So you can be in the gallery, and you will not get judged.
Yeah.
You will not
for
get
$500,
judged.
you're not going to get judged. And all that's going to do is pay for the flags and the signs to get people there.
Oh, you know what? No. You know what? I'm going to correct that. What was the last agreement? And there's so many conversations that go within these meetings. So,
Sure.
so what was last agreed on was that if a member wants to be in the gallery
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to pay to get judged, they can, and their address will be placed. We're creating a gallery book, right?
Yeah.
So the gallery book is going to contain your address, and it's going to be one house, and that at no
So
charge.
we nixed the $500.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right.
If a builder wants to compete in the competition of the gallery, it would be a $1,500 charge,
Mm-hmm.
and that will come with the judging. That will come with all the marketing that's coming with the Vielma team.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's going to come with everything. With that, we're going to give out the packages and what all the marketing is going to entail. The reason that we did that was because we didn't want to have misunderstandings of a $500 payment or a $1,500 payment. Remember that?
We simplified it.
We simplified it, and
$15.
if you want to be a part of it, but you're like, you know what, I don't want to be judged. I just want to have an open house. You can have your open house, but you are not going to be included with everything that STBA is going to give out.
Spend.
And the reason for that is just it takes a lot of money to put something like this together, and the outcome, what you're going to gain in return from this, is going to be unbelievable. We're going to get the best team in the valley. You're talking about the best marketing team in the valley to be our marketing team now.
Now, let me ask you: Are you gonna do the exact same thing that you guys did last year in terms of getting sponsors?
We are going to be getting sponsors.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different this time.
Okay.
It's a 15 same thing that the builders are paying
That's what the sponsor's going to pay.
is what the sponsor's going to pay. It's $1,500. With that, we the Vielma team is creating a STB Gallery magazine. In that magazine, you will have a did we say full page or half page?
So the way it's going to work is we're gonna sell the
Obviously, the details are still being worked.
Yes, we're still with, and there's gonna be some people out there that might want to quote us on things, but just understand that we're literally
It's a work in process.
We're taking something from the ground, so it's gonna take a little bit of work, right? But we're gonna have the front page of because we're gonna create like a booklet that we're gonna have
It's a magazine.
It's a magazine. We're gonna have 5,000 copies, and these 5,000 copies are gonna get distributed, and then you're gonna have builders with copies also in their houses. But the front page is gonna we decided as a committee, and a couple of the board members that were there, it's gonna be the STBA logo, the STBA logo with certain sponsors that are gonna be there that want to be on the page, or we're still not too sure about that, but we came to the agreement that we wanted STBA to be the front page of that.
STB is going to be on the front page. We have to brand what we do.
Yes, sir.
This will be the first time.
Yes, sir. And then so there's going to be the selling of, I don't know if it's going to be like the middle center stuff, but that's going to be for the sponsors if they want to purchase, or the builders. But it is a flat rate fee of $1,500 across the board. And what the idea is, like, let's say the Jaime Lee Gonzalez Realtor team gets us a sponsor, and they're like, hey, we want to get us a sponsor. Awesome. Thank you so much for believing in us. Let's pair you with a builder. You know, like that day, we want you to, that weekend, we would want you to be with a builder, so that you can go ahead, and if it's a team, so you already paid, so you have multiple people you can send out, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. The same with the firm. Same with the firm. As a matter of fact, we already have. Yesterday, I got kind of hot headed, and I started calling people.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, like, let me get a number.
Yeah.
Because right off the
That's
bat,
what I was trying to list right now.
right off the committee, and I don't have the list. I don't have like the names. I actually have it in my truck. But right out of the committee, we had 12 companies that are agreed. Right out of the committee, they're like, hey, we got 12. Like, who wants to put a home? No, pues I want to put a home. I want to put a home. I want to put a home. I'm gonna put the firm.
Yeah, I got 2.
Yeah. So we already have 12. And we're just
That's just the committee.
just the committee.
Yeah.
And then I called a couple of people, and I was at 17.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get.
We'll be at 30.
I told.
I have a feeling.
I told the committee, I was like, because they're like, how many houses you think we'll have? I was like, 15 would be a reasonable.
15.
But
I mean, I guess just to
I
throw
wanna
it out
do-
there, what's the dates for?
Right.
It's going to be in November.
November, yes, sir.
Mhm.
That way, everybody can start
I
preparing.
want to
Yeah.
do doormats.
I know you do, and we will make that available to you.
I want to do the
Absolutely.
doormats.
Yeah,
wanna
I
do
think
the
that was
doormats,
huge.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, bro, we want our partners to find success, and I know that was successful for you.
Yeah.
It's still in my front door.
Yeah,
It's
it
not gonna
is.
go anywhere.
It
It's
is.
badass.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not. And,
It's huge.
and I saw.
It's awesome.
What's that?
Is there a raffle for the people who don't?
Yes. So yes, and so there will be a
for the-
raffle. Yeah.
For yes, sir. He showed us. So he has a couple of little neat things that he's gonna do. He's gonna do like the whole go ahead and scan the barcode, and a People's Choice Award. We're gonna do a whole People's Choice Award. It's gonna be neat. We're gonna try and find a way to just make it fun. Also, yes, it's a competition, and there's gonna be some sort of ruling. You know, respect your partner. You know, respect the builder that's building next to you, because you potentially your kitchen might be going up against his kitchen. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But to the people that have already been in RGBBA or in the parade of homes, we've all encountered that already. You know, and
The difference is going to be a little different this time around, because when, I remember being in RGVBA and going to the Parade of Homes, and we went to the awards assembly, and it was like it was my team, right? And we'd go to the awards assembly, and I'd say hi to you, but
Yeah.
there was a few builders that like, hey, you know, we respected each other. But I had this awards assembly is going to be on a different level.
It's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be camaraderie. It's gonna
Yeah.
it's like this, you know, Mr.
Yeah.
Morgan's showing up, and it's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
he's
it's gonna
been
be-
at the bar. He's been at the bar since.
No, he has
12
not.
p.m.
No, he
He
hasn't.
was at the bar. He was
I
at
got
the
you,
bar.
bro.
Ariel called, and he's like, have you spoken to Sergio? And I'm like, well, he's actually at WM since 1. And he's been there since 1. Oh, I thought he started at 3. He's been there since 1. So yeah.
Sarah, how's your tab? Great. Awesome.
Below
Good to
budget.
see you.
Below budget. The tab is below budget. That's awesome.
So anyway, yeah,
yes.
man. Well, the gallery is going to be great.
And you know, I really am pushing for it to be an awesome turnout. I want it to be a great turnout.
Remember,
It will be.
it's a mindset.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's going to
gonna
be
a
without
great.
a doubt.
Yeah, it's going to be a great turnout.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to have the support of everyone within the SCBA. And I think that everyone has a spouse or a friend that they share great things daily. So I think that let's make it a goal that we have them help us push this new gallery. And yes, I'm gonna have my wife because she's an agent within my team, but now you have a friend and
Yeah.
and you have your son and your daughter that you have your let's why don't we bring everybody together? Why don't we bring our even the teachers and everybody that we're in communication
reach out,
with.
yeah.
reach out
To the community.
to the
Great
community,
idea,
and not only try to do it ourselves because Mr. Mortgage has a huge team now.
I thought you were
he's-
gonna say bow tie.
that too. And they
Don't put it on the bow tie.
someone went finding a bow tie, over the weekend. But anyway, we have someone always on our side. So
Yeah.
you have a staff, you have a cousin, you have employees that work for you. Why don't we just delegate? Delegate, and say, okay, can you get me at least 25 people to commit to come to this and
Yeah.
25 people because we're trying to do this alone.
Yeah.
We're not here to do anything alone. It takes a village, guys.
does.
It
It
takes
does.
a village. But we have to ask for that. We have to ask.
We have to call?
We have to call.
Yeah.
And we have to knock. And we have to just make sure. And I think that going back to making sure that things get done, at first it was more like, door knock. Go ask for work. Ask them to give you a lead. And it was more like, how am I going to do that? That I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. How am I going to go ask somebody to give me, a lead? And now all I do is ask for leads. All I do is just at a closing table, I'm closing. In the end, like today, I'm sitting here at La Doble M doing this podcast. Ironically, I closed with them at 10 at Encore Title on an investment property
With Ruben.
with Ruben
Where is
and
he at?
Marlene.
Is he here?
I don't
Not here yet.
Might be on his way.
We'll keep a
But
lookout.
ironically, was this set up? No. Title commitment takes time. But today I closed with him. Today I have a podcast that is phenomenal business. But if we're having the SCB this gallery going on, you don't think he's gonna want to help? You don't think he's gonna tell all?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 13, mind you.
No,
Let's give a shout out to the Melendez group.
Yeah.
Mendes.
Mendes group. They have 13 antojitos.
Yeah.
They
Killing
have
it.
Doble M, El Botanero.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's expanding.
Are you kidding me?
They're
And
kicking
now
butt,
we're we're friends with him.
Yeah.
Because we're part of STBA and he's friends with you and
No, he's our friend.
now he's our friend, right?
No, he's my friend.
Yeah. No, but he's my friend
He's
too.
not your
though.
Well, he's my
No,
friend,
and
but
actually
I'm
they-
lending you.
No, well, he Efren
His
and I talk to him
friendship
on the side like,
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. He's one of our best friends. Actually, I think he actually said we're better
He
friends.
says he
than-
likes
oh
us
my God,
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
But how?
But man, how awesome is that though?
How is you think he's not going to tell his staff vamos a tener
Hey.
un evento y quiero que le digan a todo el
Yeah.
equipo, quiero que le digan a todas las familias que vayan a ver
Actually,
estos
can you
productos?
please come cater our house, Mr. Ruben?
Claro.
You know,
Sin
that'd be
duda,
great.
Sin duda.
Local
He'll do
business
it
owner.
absolutely.
Who I would love to get on this
With
podcast by the way.
Please,
Yeah.
please. How do you think that Ruben is my investor, my client, my compadre, my good friend now? If it wasn't because I listed one of his properties,
Mhm.
and we hit it off,
Yep.
and I know from
And next thing I'm going to that house in the middle of the night that we were.
exactly.
Hey, come over, come meet Ruben, man.
Right.
Let me show you the house that I've got listed, and they're
Right.
having a little party, blah blah blah.
Right.
Cool, let's go.
Let's do it.
And
right?
look at-
and just
look-
networking, networking. And now I can shoot the shit
your
with him.
network is as big as your net worth.
Yep.
I say this all the time.
That's the biggest asset any person or any company can have is
Yeah.
who you surrounded with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this saying in Spanish: "Dime con quién te juntas y te diré quién eres."
And that
And we surround yourself, and I heard this a while back, and you're sitting at a table of people talking about ice cream, and all you do is you do nothing but
Which is true.
Other-
We just talk about ice cream.
other than ice cream. But everyone in the table talks about ice cream, and they talk about the temperature, how to create ice cream, and they're saying how the ice cream is going to sell, and you're just there because you were with your friend waiting to just go to dinner, and every Thursday your friend goes to these meetings because they have a ice cream business. By the time you know it, you're not in that table, but you're sitting with your other friends, and your friends are going to ask you, do you know how to do ice cream?
Yep.
Fuck yes.
I can
Now
make it.
I do. Yeah.
I know how to do ice cream
Yeah.
because you're surrounding yourself with people that know how to do ice
And
cream.
that's
And
honestly STBA.
And-
That is.
That's what it
and
is.
I'm surrounding myself with people, and I get throat choked with just saying this. I know I'm in the right place with SCBA and with my friends because we just want to grow. We just want to make money. We just
get it.
want to. We get it. We get it.
You can't fail.
We want our kids to just
You-
make.
You can't fail.
You can't fail. You can take bigger risks being in a part of a network of
We
friends
won't
like
let
this.
each other fail.
Right.
Right.
You
Just
can't
won't
fail.
let
Right,
Hey,
right.
look, ask, bro. I'll sell your shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll make sure that they get the loan.
We went to
You know,
San Antonio.
I got your back.
We went to San Antonio, and thank you for taking it.
GPI.
Yeah, for real.
No, you wouldn't buy
Nah,
it.
nah, man.
So we take our kids to Fiesta, Texas. It was a less than 48-hour trip.
Yeah.
Great time. The next morning, I tell my wife, "Hey, do you want barbacoa?" Yeah, that'd be great. I take my son with me, and my conversations with him are so different when our conversations are as a whole. I'm like, "So what are you gonna do? What are you planning on doing?" Well, I think I've decided. I'm gonna just Lombardo. I want to build a subdivision.
Okay.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay, and it's gonna be called Gonzalez. Okay, dude, I never talked to this kid about subdivisions. I mean, he hears me, but I'm not talking directly.
Yeah.
He said, but with one condition: you build a house there, and you live there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. So, this 10-year-old is telling me he wants to grow up and do subdivisions, and his first subdivision is going to be called Gonzalez.
Yeah. Cool. And you know what? You got the people to help him.
Yeah.
He could probably do it at 18 if he wanted to, being around all of us.
All of us.
Crazy.
But it's great that he's thinking like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we think that our kids aren't really paying attention to us,
Nah,
but
bro, they're paying attention.
they're listening to
I
everything.
know he's on
yeah.
TikTok, but he's paying attention. You see, as soon as I said something. You see, as soon as I said something.
That's wild, man.
That's great.
That's my boy.
I'm gonna get going, guys.
Yeah, bro.
It was great to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming
Yeah,
by.
of course,
We
yeah.
definitely need to put you on this side of it.
Yeah.
I definitely want to
work
hear.
it out. Yeah, we'll work
I
it
definitely
out.
want to hear Effort's story, man. I'm sure it's a
Sounds
great
good.
one.
That's great. All right,
Yep.
guys.
Awesome,
Be
bro.
careful,
Thank you, man. Thanks
Careful
for
with the
coming.
headphones, and give it Mr. Salinas.
You're out,
Mr.
too?
Salinas is out
Okay.
too.
Thank you, brother.
Well, you know
Mr.
what?
Mortgage.
We'll get together soon.
Mr. Mortgage, put the headphones on. Let's go.
Uh-oh. Later, baby. All right.
Good.
and go drink while me drink.
Yeah. Chocolate milk.
And then drive me home.
Perfect. Does he have a license? It don't matter. He'll be fine.
He's got a valley license.
He's got dad.
Back roads.
Happy
All right,
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to him,
Bye,
man.
Mr. Salinas. Thank you,
brother.
Thank you for
Appreciate
stopping
it.
by.
So, this, what was it, Tuesday? You know what's, so, man, I don't know how we got into the topic of STBA. We always touch on it a little bit, but I think this time we've talked about it a little bit more than normal.
That's good,
But I think it's because we have people in this table that have found a tremendous success from it, right?
Yeah.
Tuesday, I'm feeling, come on in, bro. Tuesday, I'm feeling a little like, okay, what's the market gonna do? Like, I've got a house here that has sat a little longer than normal. It's been 2 weeks. What the fuck is going on, right? And so, hey, Serge, I put on the Alliance chat. What are the rates doing? What are they gonna do? How does this look like the rest of the year? And it is so cool to be able to do that and get some information from the people that actually do what they do, and be able to share that instantly on the group text with every single builder, because I know they probably had that same question that I had that day. What's going on? It's a little slow, right? And to be able to reach out and get that answered immediately is, man, that's priceless in my opinion.
What are we seeing, Mr. Mortgage? What do you see on your end? Should we be expecting another rate hike, or what is it that's going on, so we can inform the people?
What's going on right now with the rates?
Well,
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, brother. Be safe.
Well, thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
You didn't have me. I just dropped in.
Yeah.
I saw you
He's
walking.
a podcast junkie. No, he's a groupie. Podcast groupie.
The podcast.
Yeah.
It's about me.
Where are they at?
I mean to steal Mr. Jaime's thunder. I don't think it's possible.
He actually called me to tell me that he was going to purposefully show up to steal your thunder.
No. Well,
No, I believe that.
no.
Can we
Just give me.
Jaime's going to
Unplug
throw
the
the
mic.
table right now.
unplug the mic?
Yeah.
We can't hear you, said he. Oh, my God. That's so weird. You should probably
Thank you
leave.
for coming.
No,
We
no.
don't want to hear what these rates are.
Okay. All right.
But we actually went
Rates
in
are
it.
boring. Let's just talk about me.
I know. I'm gonna put you to sleep for a couple of minutes, but quickly, we've seen rates climb again the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
To levels that we haven't seen since maybe October or September of last year, pushing 7% again.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's having to do with inflation, continued inflation, the anticipated rate hike coming up this month. And another quarter.
Another quarter, right?
Another quarter.
That's what they're saying.
Okay, so the government had said that they were done.
Right.
And then what happened? Why'd they lie?
Well,
The government never lies.
What was up with that? What was what's the reason to I would like to
inflation
hear.
numbers are still unfavorable.
Okay.
It still hasn't slowed as much as we wanted to.
Okay.
And so
Our consumer price index, right?
Right. So
Which, man, I got to tell you, dude, 4 or 5 years ago, I don't even know what the hell that was.
right. So yeah, nobody.
It's nice. Yeah.
Now it's something that you.
Now it's like,
track.
okay,
Yeah.
what's CPI doing? What's the CPI doing?
That's crazy, right?
Right?
That's
Oh,
wild.
my God, it's amazing.
right. So, for those of you that track it, consumer price index is the big indicator of where inflation is, and if
Consumer price.
right,
You know?
it's a cost of goods.
Yes.
Out there, and the average cost of goods goes up in a certain percentage and comes down.
Where are we
And
at
so-
right now? We're
We're like-
above
yeah.
above the normal.
So they project it, right?
Okay.
And if it comes below the projection, great, we're doing better. If it comes in at projection, then they're okay. They feel like they're doing their job. But if it comes in above the projected price, then that's
They're
when
gonna
it's
get
like,
tighter.
We have to go back.
Yeah.
And
Squeeze them again.
Squeeze it. So
he
so-
sounds really smart. Can we just change the conversation?
This is such a.
Why don't we just talk
How do
about
you deal? How do you deal with this
With
guy
this
every
neighbor, bro.
day?
Let's talk about Jaime. That's what we're here for, right?
Can we just
Have I-
stop?
Dude, I was doing so great without
Yeah.
Has he told you he's number one yet?
you. You've been riding my coattails forever.
Has he told you he's number one yet?
He mentioned
Dude, did you see him switching to?
He did switch into a different mode.
Oh
Right?
my god! Like, dude.
Hey, I thought you said intelligence was sexy. Not when it comes to Sergio.
Not when Mr. Morgan speaks. Oye, güey, no mames.
He's such a bummer. The interest rates are great right now. Okay,
Oye,
everybody buy.
párate, a hoy. Just
But
today.
They came down after this week.
Today?
Today
Oh,
we
shit.
saw a little bit of a relief yesterday. Today.
That's good
Yeah.
news.
So it's
That's good news.
It felt like it's a peak again. It peaks. These things come in waves, right?
Why do you-
Sometimes it peaks and then it comes back down. If you look at charts and you read those charts,
Why do you think that is?
certain
Is it the uncertainty of like our government? You think that has to do something with it, like our government's uncertainty with like the financial crisis or debt ceiling and stuff like that, or
Yeah, all of that debt ceiling.
I think
Well,
the economy
the-
is just a moving
the fact
target
that
constantly.
the fact that Congress and the president came to an agreement with the debt ceiling helped.
okay,
That helps some sentiment. It's all about sentiment, man. And what the market feels is going to happen. They try to project it, and so if they feel like things are going to be okay, then things come down. It's all about sentiment.
And you know,
That's
You
weird.
know,
It's all
Sergio,
in
I-
its
it's like
feels.
it's
all
almost
fuel,
like a
bro.
yeah. Yeah.
there's feelings in everything that we
Right.
do.
Right.
Obviously, we're real.
We're human beings.
We're human beings. But in all honesty, I feel, I'm a firm believer that we are the ones that educate. We are the ones that mentor. We are the ones that lead everyone that's believing into investing. Everyone that's believing into purchasing, into building, into selling. So regarding of the market, and again, I get all those, ups and downs of what
Yeah.
this market is giving us.
If you do it,
But
if-
again, guys, please understand that everybody's gonna always sell or invest. So the market's gonna tell us one thing, but we're the ones that are gonna convince that buyer or that seller to buy, sell, or invest. Please,
Because the reality is that real estate has always been the best
Please.
investment for the history of mankind,
please.
right?
Yep.
So
There is no better investment than real estate.
So if I can say one thing
Yeah.
is, just don't. To
Yeah.
me, honestly, and you're talking to a real estate agent, and a real estate agent that
Who's number one, by the way?
Thank you. Thanks for saying it. I just
It's about time you said it. I don't know why you didn't introduce me like that.
I texted you to say it, but you never did. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Ding.
But
it goes off.
it really, really means the world to me for all these agents and all these lenders and all these builders just to convince these people to understand that it is always going to be the perfect time.
Yeah.
Because let's say I have a niece that just got married, and she just for the life of her goal is to just buy her house. How am I going to crush her dreams by saying, "Oh, it's not the right time. It's not the right time to buy a house because interest rates are horrible, and the price of materials are extremely expensive. So don't buy a house. Right. Go rent." But I want to buy a house. That's my dream. I just got married. I can afford it. So don't crush anyone's dream. I just think, again, guys, that there's different people that we're gonna be marketing in our life. Right now, we're gonna be marketing and we're gonna be targeting. I think lenders are gonna be, committing more to commercial.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. We're in that cycle, right?
We're in that cycle. But we're not going to crush that new home buyer. I just put, a newlywed under contract. I'm not going to kill their dream because interest rates are crazy. How am I going to kill their dream? I'm going to fulfill their dream. Right. Because when I bought, I had 2 loans to purchase a house. And it never faced me because it was nobody ever instilled fear into me purchasing that house. So why am I going to instill fear into that new home buyer because their interest rates are at 10%? No, buy it.
Right.
And I'm not I'm not pushing them to buy it because I want the sale. I don't need that sale. Blessed to God. Everyone here knows that I'm not going to try to push a sale just because I want to get paid. I want them to have that dream of being a first-time home buyer or being that first-time home investor, I'm sorry. But nothing will ever stop. Life is moving forward. And that is what, as lenders, as agents, as builders, we got to understand that there's a market for everybody. That savvy or that wise investor might not want to invest in this, might want to invest in that, might want to buy there, might not want to buy here. You know, I have investors that are not looking into investing here, but looking into investing at the island because it was fucked up at the island, 2 years ago. But now there's opportunities. He's doing it there. So, what I'm trying to say is that, guys,
Hay oportunidad.
para todos.
Hay oportunidad para todos.
There's opportunities, but it's different times, So if we sit back, because I do a lot of, recollecting alone in my backyard, and I understand, and I go back and I study every client I speak to, and esto es para él, esto es para ella, esto es para él, esto es para. In the end, there's always going to be people that are going to be buying. There's always going to be people that are selling. And there's always going to be people that are investing.
The history of the world.
And it don't matter where this stupid cycle of
Basically,
world
your
is.
information matters nothing to Jaime.
That's what I got.
That's what, right? Is that what we're?
Did I?
It was this roundabout way to say, bro, nobody wants to hear your shit.
No,
You got
Go
it.
ahead, Jaime.
No. I pretty much you said it in the
in the nice way. Yeah.
I said it in the nice way.
You said it in the nice way.
Pero no, le
It
digo a Sergio, y te lo digo, I had this conversation with him today. I said, Sergio, this client, I need you to talk to him. I need you to tell him, but I need you to take that, because Sergio he's very, very, very knowledgeable. But he has that
Did
bank.
he just admit that?
I did.
That's
I
weird.
did, yeah.
There's a but after that.
But-
wait.
But-
But yeah.
But
Quítate de mamadas, güey. O sea, you're just too perfect. I hate that shit. Ay, es que, but an example. So we're gonna, your payment's gonna be this, but you're in. No les digas eso nomás. Diles al último. Cálmate. He wants to be super thorough. Don't be so thorough on shit.
you're gonna scare my buyers away.
Yes. He's got his banker hat on still. He's got but that's why I appreciate him.
He's one of the best.
I appreciate him because he's got not the mortgage but also the banker background.
Yeah.
It's a combination.
Yeah.
And I understand what you guys are saying. The only reason I bring this up is to be informative, not to discourage you.
No,
I always
dude.
encourage-
No.
We
Yes,
need
yes,
to know.
yes.
The builders need to know where we're at,
Yes,
right?
yeah, right.
And you adjust accordingly.
Yes.
That's why I asked that information.
I believe that any information is good information.
Because look, I also got to quantify. Okay, interest rates going up. What are they going to do next month? Well, they're doing another quarter hike. Oh shit. Okay, all right. I'm going to have to hold this house for the next 2-3 months. Okay, what's that interest payment look like? Oh, well, it's $2,000 a month. Okay, so in 3 months, I'm paying $6,000. Guess what? I can lower the house $6,000, knowing and expecting that this is going to continue for the next 3 months. Let's try to sell it now. Let's lower it $6,000.
Yep.
Right, that information.
Trying to avoid that.
That information allows you to make adjustments in your business so that you can continue to move forward. Right?
Exactly.
But that what you just said, most people don't think like that.
You got to.
Most people are
That's
like,
your
oh,
business.
well, okay, I'm gonna hold this house. I'm gonna pay 6 months, or I'm gonna pay $6,000 for the next 3 months, and I'm gonna hold on to it and hope I sell it instead of like, you know what, dude, let me just lower the price $6,000.
No, or just take the commission from the realtor. Like, just lower his commission and then move forward.
and you move forward.
Right?
Hello, crickets. This podcast sucks. I was gonna leave.
Yeah, that's right.
Obviously, I'm kidding about that, but because I do value your job. But yeah, no, you do need information to be able to make the right decision.
You do,
Absolutely.
and that was a perfect example of that. I was actually go for it.
It's an equation.
Yeah, but I also got a badass realtor on my side that says, "Nambe, we're gonna sell it."
Right.
So it's like, okay, my level of confidence is up here.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's build another one.
Right.
We're gonna be fine.
Right.
Let's just give me another one, bang.
It boils down to an equation, you know, and we have to just, you know, I see a house, I see a listing, and I see a white chalkboard. I literally kid you not, with a formula. The formula is not gonna lie. You, Mr. Seller, you're a builder. I don't deal only with builders. I deal with, you know, that seller that is selling their home and
Individual
you
seller.
know, yeah, and they have a sentimental attachment to the sale, right? And so they have a
What's with
sentiment-
all the apple juice? Sorry, go ahead.
So every home I see, I literally see a whiteboard with a formula, and I get there, and you know they have an idea of how much their house is worth. You know, my house is worth
$1 million.
$1 million. Well, you know the market says
Nombre, sir. Nombre, sir.
No, mame, chi.
Gee.
Oye, chi. No. So, you know, I don't go off of what you say or what I say. I go off of what, you know, the appraisals say and what the lenders say. Because at the end of the day, we want to sell your house. We want you to be on top. We want you to gain. In real estate, you're not going to lose. I'm not here. And I heard it from a buyer the other day. You know, he's dating an agent, and he said, "Oh my God, you know, you're buying from, you know, the person that overlists the product with prices." Well, he paid for it. Thank you very much. So in the end, yes, I do overlist because I believe that, you know, the seller deserves and needs to gain, you know, from his sale, you know, regardless of the situation. If it's a lease, if it's a sale, hey, you know, but I go to a listing appointment as an agent. Your house is worth $950. You want 1.1. Absolutely, Mr. Seller. But these are facts, and this is what your house is worth. And just, you know, just for the record, you know, I might be having, you know, people joining in as potential new sellers. Yes, I believe in what you're selling because you have, or what you want to sell because you have a sentimental value. But the equation is very different. My equation is
Rolls out sentimental value.
yeah, and it's a white chalkboard, and there's an equation, and there's a formula of what the market entails. I'm going to list your property at 1.1. However, if in 30 days I have no contract, how about we put this in writing that I'm going to, without calling you, I'm going to put this house at 950 because this is where I'm supposed to be. Do you agree, Mr. Seller? Mr. Seller?
Not me.
No.
No, I'm kidding. No, I get it. We actually have a good time selling together, believe it or not.
And for the most part, they agree.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
because
Well,
I'm
see?
giving
them the opportunity.
I'm giving them
Right.
the opportunity because at the end of the day, dude, I don't need
You
to
let them
be.
see it for
I don't want
themselves.
to. I don't want to be in business with you if you don't understand that
Right.
it's going to cost me shitloads of money. I sell subdivisions. I sell lots. You know, and at the end of the day, I spend money. You know, it's money that my wife is taking tabs of. You know, she checks and sees if I was at WM, you know, without her, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? No, but what really, there's a lot of money that's being spent in marketing and trying to sell a property.
Pictures,
No.
taking photographs.
It's a lot of money going out.
Video.
Man.
Eso no, sí.
It's all-
$500 here, $500 there,
Adds
and
up.
then 1,500 in the staff, and so yeah, we're at 3,000, and we're in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
God damn.
Well, it's an
No.
investment that you make in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when I get paid,
the reward.
I get paid.
You're right.
It's great.
It's worth it.
So, I just think that agents, fellow new realtors, all we have to do is just be transparent and just understand. I love coaching. I love, my wife is the first one to say, let's just gain agents that have the experience. I'll take anyone because I didn't have the experience,
Mm-hmm.
and that broker that didn't take me.
Probably kicking themselves in the. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in the end, we have to give an opportunity to. It's just like that one lot that I had in Roma, and I ended up getting 10 million in sales.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to give the opportunity to everybody.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Definitely.
So what's next, man? What's next for the real estate market for the rest of the year? How do you see it? Where do you see it going?
I don't foresee it soppy.
Yeah.
I don't foresee it soppy. None whatsoever.
You get to. You get the feedback every day, right, from your clients.
None
you get
whatsoever.
the leads every
None
day.
whatsoever.
What does it
And-
look
and-
like right now? Do you still got a bunch of people calling from out of town?
Oh my God.
What does it look like?
Dude, I have a meeting. I have a Zoom meeting with a buyer from Dubai tomorrow.
That's so, man.
You know,
Does he
a
want to buy
buyer-
any one of our homes?
He wants a
I don't think-
castle.
No, I don't think he wants to relocate. He wants to invest. But, there's no.
You
No,
get up.
and-
You
and
get up. You get to work 5 o'clock,
I wake up at 4:30.
4:30.
4:30 every day. My wife and I. She takes off to the gym at 5. By 5:30, I've done my emails. I do my marketing, my work, and this is my work schedule. Schedule. 4:30, we wake up. By 5, she's at the door. I do my marketing. I do my emails. I do everything I need to do. By the time she comes back, we get ready. We're out the door by 7. I've already worked 2-3 hours. By the time I get to the office, I'm way ahead of the game
Mm-hmm.
with every other agent that has not done what I've done.
Every day,
Every single day.
even Sundays, I've seen you work.
Even Sundays. I have a great mentor, and Carlos Garza, and I'm going to mention his name. Great leader. Carlos Garza has been a great.
Who's Carlos Garza?
You want to mention who Carlos Garza is?
Can we? Is that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Carlos Garza is been a very respected businessman in McAllen. He now lives in San Antonio. For many years, he was the CEO for International Bank.
Oh, gotcha. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And since then, he's left and done many businesses, and he's just been a friend and a
Mentor.
Mhm.
Yeah, a friend and a mentor to many of us.
Yeah, that's cool.
So a conversation
and
I had
Jason,
with
his
Carlos.
son, is a good friend of us too.
Right.
Friend of ours, and yeah, they've been great people.
Will he
So-
do the podcast?
Oh,
I would
he
love to have him on here.
love that.
I would love to have
He would
him
do
on.
it great.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Do we have to go to San
I don't know if
Antonio?
he knows what a podcast is.
that's okay. That's
We'll go to
good.
San Antonio for
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm down.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure
no,
he's
let's
got
do it at the island.
Maybe he's got a story to tell.
Oh, because he's got a project at the island, right?
Right?
Yeah.
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 Corrales on the Bay,
Yeah.
which you tapped into.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we reserved
You
the.
got a penthouse.
We reserved.
Yeah, you guys are
We reserved the condo there. It's the first floor.
So anyway,
Yeah, I'm excited about
yeah,
that,
and
actually.
he was one to tell me, I would go into my office every Sunday, every single Sunday, and I would work maybe 2 hours before my barbecue, pool day, and family time, and I would put everything into perspective, and I would put all my staff, to work. I would put everything on top of their chair, their off desk chair. So by the time that his staff got to the office on Monday morning, we would pull out the chair, and there was work
there was work for them.
for them. I started doing that
Yeah.
because I was like, makes sense. So I go on Sundays to my office and I get a little bit ahead of the
That's
game.
great.
And I put 2 hours.
Yeah.
So by the time I get there, at least my staff has a game
They,
start.
yeah, they're already doing something.
Has a game start. At least by noon.
Yeah.
The staff knows what they have to do.
Yep.
And it was something.
And
that I
actually,
learned.
I'm sure the staff appreciates that, right? Because like at the end of the day,
They're not
most
gonna
people
get-
that we know, most people that we hired on, and we hired them on for a reason, right? They want to do a good job, just like we all want to do a good job. But direction is important.
Right.
Yeah.
Direction is important. So
Definitely.
yeah, leaving them their task to do as soon as they get in, it's like, well, easy, cool. Oh shit, Wyman wants me to do this. Badass.
Yeah.
You get the day going.
Yeah, you get
That's
to get
great,
the day
man.
going.
That's a
awesome.
really cool thing.
It's a little smart tip.
Man, all these little tidbits, dude. I ran into somebody this past weekend that
Read the secret.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Read it.
I ran into somebody this weekend that was like, man, the podcast is so awesome, dude. I get so many little like
Secrets.
what are they called? Nuggets.
Gold
yeah,
nuggets.
yeah.
Little gold nuggets.
That's a great thing, man.
That is a great thing.
That's a really good thing. I had never heard that. That's cool. I'll start doing it.
Yeah. That's and that's good.
Yeah.
That's good as a perspective.
Productivity.
Yeah.
You come into your office. You work for an hour, but then yet your staff works for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Without you knowing that
Yeah.
they did that. So you don't have to rush on Monday to give them
You have
instruction.
a more peaceful transition into your work
Como
life.
quiera, it's not work. You do it every day. You do it every day.
Yeah,
So
true.
it's what's another? I mean, we're in it every day, bro.
We are.
We're really. This is an everyday. It's every day for us. There's no such thing as a day off. I mean, but with that being said, we're taking. Are we still on for that?
Yes, yeah,
wanna
we
let
actually are.
everybody know?
I'm glad you brought that up. We're gonna take 2 weeks off.
Yes, sir.
I'm going out of town, take my kids to California.
Nice.
So next week we will not have a podcast next week or the week after that. But as soon as we get back, we got Wingate,
We got Wingate.
Oh, good.
which is gonna be a really good story. I hope we can get the old man in.
Yeah.
That'll be badass. And so I'm excited about that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We got some more other people.
Definitely.
And so we're looking
And
forward
we have
to that.
we had a raffle, right? How many comments did we get this time around? 27 comments.
Is that a record? 27,000?
27 comments.
I want some questions from our audience.
Is there any questions on the
SBA podcast.
Mande? Okay. Okay. So the Wi-Fi, we're having little issues with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that everything's being recorded, so it will be uploaded on YouTube, and it's still live on Facebook. I think it's just delayed a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and do the raffle. Was I mistaken when I heard that it was 2 different cards or just 1 card?
Yeah, no, I was just making.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do 1 card. We're gonna do a dinner for 2 here at Ambra.
Sponsored by.
Double M.
Double M.
M.
I'm so sorry. Sorry. I keep thinking Ambra because of Dan. Sorry, Dan. Shout out to Dan though. He's having a boy.
We can edit that out.
Yeah, we'll edit it out. But look.
Oh, look, he's here. Ah, perfect timing. Ruben,
We'll have Ruben pick the number.
Let's interview Ruben.
let's sit him down for a little bit. Hey, háblale a Rubén. Dile que no sea penoso.
Ahí bien. I'll give it mine.
Yeah. Let's Hey, Jaime, can you step away from me? ¿Qué onda, compadre?
Mr. Mendez.
How you doing, sir?
Siéntate.
Here.
Sit down.
Have a seat.
No, en español.
Yo sé francés.
Vamos
Oui,
vamos a transferir en español. Sí, en español.
oui. Ponte los audífonos para que veas qué tan sexy se oye Jaime.
Está pesado.
Está pesado.
¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos aquí a la W.
Gracias.
Gracias, Rubén, por tenernos. Gracias, es un placer trabajar, hacer negocio con usted como agente de bienes y raíces. Y ahorita, de hecho, estábamos platicando de cómo nos conocimos y de ahora cómo somos casi familia, ¿no? De hecho, por ejemplo, hoy en particular tuvimos un cierre de una transacción y ahorita estamos en tu negocio y quiero darte las gracias por confiar en mis servicios, más que nada.
No, al contrario, gracias a todos que por haber escogido aquí la WM y aquí estamos a sus órdenes. Y a Jaime también, literalmente tengo casi 2-3 años de conocerlo, pero hemos hecho un buen clic como amigos y una excelente persona y ser humano.
Ya.
No, tiene un lugar muy bonito.
Sí, se aventaron aquí
Ya
con
sé.
doble M.
Aquí vamos para la siguiente fase. Nos iban a platicar un poquito sobre la siguiente fase, tratando de hacer unos privados que no hacen falta aquí ya.
Ya.
Hacer un rooftop y otro privado también para eventos especiales.
Nice.
¿Cuánto tiempo han estado abiertos? Doble
Aquí
M.
cumplimos el sábado 27 de mayo, sábado pasado cumplimos un año.
Wow,
Wow.
congratulations.
Un año.
Qué padre.
Muy bendecido por el solo hecho de estar aquí en este sueño, hecho realidad. Y gracias a Dios, echándole muchas ganas.
Pero yo creo, disculpa que te interrumpa
go ahead.
Rubén, pero antes de la WM es antojito mexicano, ¿no?
Así es.
¿Cuántos años?
100% antojitos mexicanos, ya tenemos 17 años.
Wow.
17 años.
17 años, ya tenemos 12 sucursales. Esa base de, creo yo, ¿verdad? En mi opinión, de constancia, humildad, pero mucho trabajo. Pero la constancia es la base del éxito, creo yo.
Hay que echarle ganas todos los días.
Sí, y te voy a
Todos
decir
los
una
días.
cosa, Yo a Rubén lo conozco de hace no mucho tiempo, vamos a decir 3 años, 4. Cuando yo conozco a Rubén, yo lo conocía en una transacción como un seller, un vendedor de casas, ¿no? De su casa propia. Y una cosa con otra, nos pusimos a platicar y llegamos a un acuerdo de que yo quería saber un poquito de él y él quería saber un poquito de mí. Y llegamos a una conversación muy, muy íntima.
Ajá.
Una conversación muy íntima, que esa conversación me llegó mucho al corazón porque el querer es poder, ¿no? Y yo esa conversación la tuve con él en su casa de espectacular, una casa hermosa. Y él me platicó lo que él hacía cuando él estaba en high school para poder él tener sus útiles. Y eso para mí es muy importante. Eso para mí, yo creo que por eso fue la conexión que yo tuve con él. Una conexión de una persona que realmente sabe lo que es los valores. Él trabaja al día con su esposa. Algo que yo, y con todo respeto, mi amor, no lo pudiera hacer. Porque yo quiero esa distancia para poder llegar yo a casa y poder ir a cenar y platicar lo que tuvimos durante el día en mi oficina y en la de ella. Ellos hoy, por ejemplo, tuvimos un cierre de negocios porque son inversionistas, unas personas muy fuertes en esta área, y no nada más en restaurantes, en inversiones. Pero digo yo, o sea, ¿cómo es posible que mi compadre, mi ahora muy buen amigo, haya llegado a esto? Honestidad, transparencia, una persona fina, una persona buena. ¿Por qué? Porque es todo lo que ocupamos gente buena, ocupamos gente que nos va a apoyar, y si hacemos algo mal, te va a decir, hey, compadre, andas mal, corrígete, hazlo bien, y así nos codeamos, ¿me entiendes? Y eso es lo que hemos creado, tanto como con ustedes, con él, con Efren, con todos los que han estado aquí,
Yeah.
somos unas personas que queremos más. Tenemos hambre,
Tenemos hambre,
Queremos
pero al
más.
mismo tiempo hacemos las cosas bien.
bien,
Porque así se debe de ser. Yeah.
Honestas.
Yeah.
Sí.
Ya. Te felicito aquí con el restaurante porque en realidad, man, se aventaron.
Yes, sir.
Ya. We love coming here. Obviously, hemos venido varias veces aquí con Jaime y pues, también solo he traído mis hijos y mi familia. Y no es por nada, pero lo que hicieron aquí, el restaurante, la comida, la experiencia,
Trajeron otro nivel.
El nivel de aquí, haz de cuenta que WM llegó y lo puso a otro nivel.
Sí, de hecho son conceptos diferentes. Es una apuesta que traíamos de hace mucho tiempo, que creo yo que hacía falta ese servicio. El servicio creo que te da una segunda oportunidad independientemente de la comida o
Yeah.
el lugar. Y obviamente aquí conjugamos las tres cosas, servicio, lugar y la comida, que eso, tener las tres cosas al 100%, pues es un éxito garantizado, ¿verdad? Pero ahí voy a la constancia, que es ahora lo principal. Seguir luchando día con día, saber que no tenemos nada ganado, al contrario,
Sí.
echarle más ganas, más objetivos, conceptos diferentes. Ahora, como ustedes saben, también creamos el botanero, que es un concepto que se llama el botanero por 100% antojitos mexicanos, que es otro concepto también muy diferente del Valle, creo yo, ¿verdad? Y ahí vamos paso a paso.
Ya. Y ahí va. Y mientras todas esas cosas estén haciendo bien,
Todo para adelante.
el éxito siempre va a estar. Ya.
¿Y bien para quién? Real
Para
estate.
todos, ya.
Real estate.
Para todos.
Real estate.
Yeah.
¿Por qué? Porque no nada más para él, para su negocio. Para mí buscarle un local,
Sí, más propiedades.
otro espacio,
Ujú.
y si no lo encontramos, lo construyemos.
O un cliente que viene de otra parte, que tú te haces amigos con él y vamos a comer. Ah, pues déjame llevarte al restaurante un amigo mío que pues llegas aquí impresionante.
No, y
Yep.
mucha gente piensa de que no, es que, o sea, no mames, o sea, te la pasas en cenas, te la pasas disfrutando. No es así. No es así. Mi negocio no es así. Yo lo veo en las redes sociales, lo vemos parecer como es así.
Ujú.
Mi esposa no está contenta, ella quiere estar en la casa con los
Of
niños,
course.
con los perritos,
Yeah.
en el patio.
Pero es parte del negocio.
Es your bigger network, your bigger net worth. Y tenemos que estar complaciéndolos para ver cómo vamos a hacer un negocio más.
Ujú.
Y si no es como traerlos a un restaurante como el que tenemos aquí, el
Yeah.
que nos abrió las puertas hoy para hacer este podcast.
Sí, muchas gracias.
Sí, muchas gracias en realidad.
Yes, sir.
Muy amable el mesero.
Yes.
Nos ha atendido
Yes.
al 100,
Yep.
de 110 a lo mejor.
Yep.
Estamos bien agradecidos. Vamos a regalar un gift certificate, ¿verdad?
Una
Aquí a
cena para dos aquí,
Yeah.
Claro que sí.
para que venga una pareja. A ver, pues saben quién gana y queremos saber si usted puede escoger el número. Lo que hacemos es agarramos los comentarios que la gente va poniendo en el video de Facebook Live, porque estamos en el Facebook Live y ahorita tenemos 27 comentarios que se han puesto. So de 1 a 27 nomás escoge un número, whichever one you like.
A ver.
A ver, ¿cuál será?
Tú
Mi
di.
cumpleaños, el 23.
El 23,
A ver, ¿quién ganó? Whoa, how do you turn this off? There we go.
¿Ah? Marín Ruiz.
Marín Ruiz.
I know that guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, he texted me the other day. Well, he sent me a message.
Marín Ruiz, saludos.
Nice. Well, congratulations. You're going to come eat at a great location. It's a great restaurant. It's a beautiful restaurant. Es la primera vez que yo he entrado aquí adentro.
Ah, ¿de veras?
Sí.
Te has perdido de mucho.
No sabes lo que te has perdido.
It's the first time I come in here. It's a beautiful
Árboles.
place.
Sí, ahorita la ponemos.
Aquí tengo las pantallas, como estamos planeando
Sí.
nuestro.
Son las
siguiente-
pantallas.
We can see him, yeah?
tenemos
Yo quiero una de
la
estas en mi,
siguiente-
quiero una de estas en mi casa, ¿se
Sí,
puede?
¿verdad?
Sí.
No, sí se puede, pero.
De pared a pared.
Sí.
De una foto mía.
That'd be nice. No, well, we want to thank everybody that tuned in today to get to know Mr. Jaime Lee and all the people that stopped by.
We could have continued, man.
we-
I
we
know
definitely
Jaime Lee
could.
on a different level.
Yeah, we definitely could.
And there's conversations that we had that obviously we can't necessarily always get into, but I can tell you that he is my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sounds good.
I feel the same way, Ronnie. Cheers to
Hey.
to you,
Cheers to you
to your
guys.
family, to your
Salud.
parents, to your kids. Thank you for bringing me on, and thank you for believing in me, and thank you for trusting me, because I trust you as much as you trust us.
Absolutely.
And I just sent you a message probably a day ago of how proud we were of that young gentleman.
Of course.
right there. I sent you a message and I said, I wish my kids were closer in age,
Mm-hmm.
because I want them to just join
Feed off of each other.
forces
Yeah.
and just move forward. And you said they will eventually.
Yeah.
Let them gain their wings.
They'll catch
and
up.
Let them
Everything comes
come
back in circle.
and let them catch up.
Yep.
So.
But I can promise you that he's been taught to go out into the real world and do things the right way and leave a positive impact on this world. We have no doubt that that's what he's going to do. So when it comes to the time that eventually they get to hook up, he'll be leading the way.
Thank you.
Yep. Then be happy to help.
All right. Well, I think that this is a perfect wrap up.
Yes, sir. Cheers
Yes,
to
sir.
everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody that tuned in.
Mhm.
All right.
Great
Gracias.
podcast. Awesome. Thank you, guys.